For the past 14 years, our cameras have captured all of the action and emotion of the New York State High School Wrestling Championships. We have witnessed the crowning of 196 individual state champions who have achieved the pinnacle of their sport. Additionally, 13 young men have borne the title of the most outstanding wrestler, including 5 who have accomplished the incredible feat of winning championships in each of 3 years. The first, Al Palacio from Section 8 in 1981. Next, from Section 2, John Cardi, 1982. In 1986, it was Jeff Prescott from Section 6. And almost unbelievably, Troy Bazakis won twice from Section 9 in 1987 and 1990. And finally, Section 11's John Lang, 1994. Once again, it's the first weekend in March, and 28 young athletes will take to the mat at the Onondaga County War Memorial to decide who will wear the crown of state champion in 14 different weight classes in 1996. Time Warner Cable and the Mobile Oil Company are proud to present the 34th Annual New York State Wrestling Championships from Syracuse, New York. Hello, wrestling fans. Dale Drypolcher. And the 1996 edition of the state championship is going to be extremely interesting, and I'll tell you why. 3 state champs returning from last year have been eliminated. Number 2, there are no big names this year. There's no Cardi, there's no Bazakis. There's a lot of good wrestling, but nobody that anybody's really gotten behind. And the last thing is the most outstanding wrestler, usually at least determined with a favorite by this time, is wide open. Nobody knows who's going to be the MOW this year. But we do have an interesting concept coming up. We have 3 guys who were here last year, didn't win. They're runner-ups, and John Janiak, my broadcast partner and ex-SU wrestler, is going to talk a little bit about the 3 guys who are coming back. They were here last year, didn't win, took second, a lot of good experience, and we're going to look at some of the footage from last year. You can talk a little bit about these guys.
That's right, Dale. There's a lot of pressure on these guys coming back. Not always the best wrestler wins, but at 119 we have Jim Matteries, who's undefeated, 26-0. Here shot last year wrestling, Roll from Section 6 this year. He's going to have a good match to win in the finals. At 138, we have Powell, 44-0, against Green from Section 3. Powell is in the blue on the right side of your match right now. At 177, Popolizio last year lost to Mushevili in a tough match at 177. He's undefeated, 39-0. He could be our OW this year.
So there's a lot to look at, and one interesting aside, a lot of people talking about the 215-pound bout, one that's not usually the glamour match, so there's a lot of good, exciting things coming up, and we'll be right back with the 91-pound bout right after this.
Stop. We are out of here.
At Mobile, we accept more credit and ATM cards than any other station, with no extra cost. Which means we'll take just about any card you might have.
What did you do?
Or have left.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Take this?
Sure, no problem.
Oh, great.
We take almost everything.
Would you take a dog?
Mobile. How can we help you?
You're gonna look much cooler smoking your opponents than you ever will smoking these.
That's why he doesn't play basketball.
All right, we're back at the War Memorial getting set for the 91-pound bout. Chris Felicetta from Section 11, Bellport High School, will be going up against Greg Parker from Shenendehowa, Clifton Park from Section 2. Parker is a freshman, while Felicetta is a sophomore. You can tell at this weight class that you have younger guys because of the fact that the weight class is so light. 91 pounds, very difficult for older guys to hold that weight. Felicetta is an Empire State Games participant. He's had 28 pins, 30-0 this year. And we're going to listen to the PA announcer as they give us the setup.
28 pins. Two-time Cadet All-American, Junior State Champ.
There's a good look at Felicetta, the sophomore.
An opponent from Section 2, Shenandoah High School.
There's Parker from Shenendehowa, Clifton Park, 35-2, 12 pins. Only a freshman. He's also an Empire State Games participant.
Greg Parker.
They start 2 minutes right away. Felicetta from Section 11 in tight on Parker. Parker in a little bit of trouble, but he kicks through, and now he's got Felicetta in trouble. No points scored yet.
Pretty close now for takedown. There's the two. There we go.
So the 2 points just awarded. So that gives Shenendehowa's Greg Parker the first points in this 91-pound New York State Championship. Officials in this bout, David Hickson and Wayne Carroll. 2 officials in high school wrestling in the finals. They talk, cooperate, corroborate, and make sure that there are no mistakes made. There's the score. Parker up, Section 2s. Shenendehowa High School. John, 91 pounds. Generally, these guys move fast, and these guys look like they've got good speed.
Well, they do. Parker on the bottom tried to stand up. I'm sorry, Parker's on top, and stand up with no hand control.
Felicetta.
Yep.
They stop the bout, 51 seconds, take him back to the middle, get him set again.
There's that stand up again, no hand control. And what happens most times now, he's back to the mat, scrambling again for control, positioning.
Leg by Parker, throwing the legs. These guys are, as we always remark, tall for 91 pounds.
They really are, Dale. I mean, these guys, and the legs in early is no surprise. This should be a stalemate, though. And there's the call by the official.
Good call. Dave Hickson, the official, said stalemate. Back to the center, started over again. 33 seconds left in the first period. They are facing our broadcast area. Parker on top in the score and in position. The freshman, who's had 12 pins, is working against a guy, Felicetta, who had 30 bouts, 28 pins. Impressive record, John.
Oh, very impressive for kids this young. I mean, this is incredible. It's
Warning,
nice to see, too.
Warning, by the way, already for the green on the bottom. So Felicetta warned for stalling. Yep. So a warning at the end of the first period. We have had a warning as Suffolk County's Chris Felicetta out of Bellport High School has been warned for stalling. Okay, second period underway.
And the same fatal attempt on the bottom. There's no hand control. And he's got to get hand control on the bottom. Now he's tied up. Legs are in. Parker's in tough.
And
good positioning.
It's tough for Felicetta. He's been warned once.
That's right.
And
but there's not much he can do if he doesn't get hand control.
Which puts Parker at an advantage in terms of he's got a guy, he's riding the legs, and this guy in the bottom has been warned for stalling. So
that's right. But Parker's got to work on top. He's got to go for the pin as well. He just can't stand there or sit on top as he is doing now. Still nothing on top. I'm surprised the officials aren't telling him to work. He's going to get reversed right now, Dale.
There he is. It looks like Parker's in trouble.
He's saying that Parker still has control.
A lot of time left, though, John. Yeah.
There's over a minute, and I can't believe it's going to end in a stalemate, even though Parker does have the leg. He's holding on for dear life right now.
Yes, he is, and they're going to give him a stalemate. No, they're going to give a warning to red. So he calls a stalemate, but he warns Section 2's Greg Parker. I believe that's what he put the red up. Is that correct?
That's right. Well, stalling isn't too bad there. It's better than losing 2 points.
Yeah, you're right. And he did hold on, stalled, and got out with a warning. He's still up by 2. 48 seconds left in this second period. 91 pounds. Chris Felicetta from Bellport, Section 11, and Greg Parker from Shenandoah High School out of Section 2 in the maroon, up by 2-0.
Parker just tough on top, Dale. He's got the leg that he's all over him. He's like a blanket.
Yep.
He's got arms, legs, everything tied up.
Very long legs, and he was in a bit of trouble, held on and stalled out. Actually, it slowed down. The officials, the referees had a chance to chat a little bit. I'm sure talking about when do we call the next stalling, because both guys have been hit with a warning.
Yeah, this is unusual. Usually in the state championship, they call them right away because they want both kids to wrestle to the best of their ability and not stall a little bit or take their time.
In the years that we've been doing this, you know, John, that nobody wants to make the big mistake, and so stalling is sometimes kind of the order of the day. But
right, yeah.
no points awarded. We go to the third period, 2-0 lead for Shenandoah's Greg Parker, the freshman, over Chris Felicetta.
I'll tell you, Felicetta looks a little bit tired now, and he should be. He's been working overtime trying to get off the bottom with this kid Parker just draped all over him.
He sinks, goes for a single leg. He gets it, and he takes Parker down. Parker's sitting down on the mat. He's got to try to get his hips out. He's trying to elevate him.
Parker is unflappable. He's in deep, and he's just not letting it bother him. He knows that if he hangs on, it'll be a stalemate.
Well, you're hearing, you can hear David Hickson, the official, tell him to keep moving. He's going to call a stalemate. You're right. And doing a good job of Parker doing a good job of being able to just get to a stalemate. Actually, one of his moves, it looks like he goes to a stalemate.
Well, he's just so comfortable, Dale. He doesn't freak out in any position. Look at this move. I mean, he's just cool as a veteran senior.
Right, and he's only a freshman right there. Looked like he was in trouble. He gets that crotch, spins it around, and he appears to be in control.
Look at that. He's going to get the two right now.
He just got it. You're right. He just got the 2. He got a split leg ride there, and he's in control, and he's got 4 points. I believe they awarded him 2 more. Yes, they did. The scoreboard just a little lax. Puts it up 4-0 for the freshman out of Shenandoah. He's got a minute left, and he will be the state champ. But we've seen it turn around in less time than a minute. But he's working hard, and he's got to appear that he's working hard. He'd like to get some of this clock off.
Sure he would.
It's not going to happen right now. They're going to send him back to the middle as they're going to go with a stalemate, and that'll send him back to start again. And we're going to get time here, I believe. Felicetta is going to say his leg hurts. You know what happens, John? I'm not telling you anything. You get a lot of cramps and stuff. They've been wrestling a lot, depending on whether you had a first round bye or you get those muscles. They've been stretched and pulled, and you get people come up with every once in a while they'll come up with a cramp.
Oh, that's right. They get hurt more times than not. And these wrestlers have been throwing the legs in. Parker on top. There he is, and he's got the leg, and he does have the Felicetta's leg, and he's cranking it up. He also has the arm on the other side, just tough on top. What a great ride.
Yep, and it looks like that's probably a cramp. Let's take time while we got a chance to let you know the rights to this cable cast have been granted by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, representing 778 senior high schools across the state and more than 500,000 boys and girls who participate annually in the NYSPHSAA athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this programming without the written consent of NYSPHSAA is strictly prohibited. And with that, 48 seconds left. We're right back to action. 91 pounds, and moving on the bottom is Felicetta, but he not able to put a coherent series together. That's and he's right back where he was before.
Dale, he tried something different. It was a half-hearted switch, but again, you just don't, he's not moving fast enough and no control. And there he is on the bottom, as he has been most of the match.
Parker, nice 2-on-1 on the hands, now goes up, trying to get the head.
Parker's got just unflappable. This kid is tough. Nice to see. He was going to his back tail, didn't let go at all, rolled
through.
right through.
Looked like he might be in trouble. I was a little worried for him, but he wasn't. And now a little desperation by Felicetta reaching back and trying to get something. 10 seconds left, and he's got to make sure, of course, Parker's got to make sure he doesn't get rolled, but he is in control, John, and he has been the whole bout. And he is going to be the New York State champion, a freshman out of Shenandoah High School. Greg Parker, 91 pounds, will be the champ. He gets excited and runs over, shakes hands with his coach, and now he's going to shake hands with Chris Felicetta, who
has nothing to be ashamed about. Great match.
It was, and he just ran into a real tough freshman in high school. Greg Parker, there he is, your 91-pound champion from Shenandoah out of Section 2. A lot of handshaking going on, and as it is the case in wrestling, they move right on. Nice match, but we're up to 98, basically, is what they do, right? They clear him out. We've got Tim Page, 98 pounds, an 8th grader, 39-0 out of Wayland Cohocton High School in Atlanta, New York, Section 5. And we get a... That's Page. You just heard the PA announcer in the background. That's Page, the guy we talked about, 39-0, an 8th grader.
Boy, oh boy, these kids are getting tough at an early age.
That's right.
They're not old enough to get worried anymore, not at this level even.
Phil Mansueto, the 98-pound opponent of Tim Page, is from Middletown, Section 2. He's 37-1, and Mansueto 24 pins. And he was 6th in the States, 91 last year, so he's got experience. And Page had to be in 7th grade and have experience from last year. But this should be an interesting matchup. Undefeated 8th grader in the purple from Section 5. And we got just a second here while we get set to let him wrestle.
Yeah, I think these kids want to get going right away. They don't want to stand around and think any more than they have to about this match.
And here we go. Officials, by the way, Marshall Schlossberg and Larry Cantor, the assistant. So Schlossberg will be in charge, and this should be an exciting match as the 8th grader, Page, goes right out after Philip Mansueto. And the Middletown High School sophomore has only lost 1, but this kid looks pretty cool for an 8th grader, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And, you know, it's tough to get probably geared up to wrestle someone that's not in high school yet. It's
yeah.
And then the pressure of losing to him is even worse. So you better get going right away.
Good point. And Page shoots, countered by Mansueto.
Mansueto in tight, but Page counters by locking up the far leg. He's got a hand in crotch, and he's fighting pretty good, but his hips are a little bit done.
Yeah, his hips are done, and Mansueto is pulling him up, and he could be in a little bit of trouble.
Still doing a fine job, like the 91-pound earlier, just hanging on. They know that the official's going to call a stalemate soon, so if they can just hold on a couple seconds longer.
And looking for that green line that separates the red from the white, and that would be the out of bounds. So Page gets out of that one with no points. Nothing scored in this 98-pound bout.
Well, he's making a couple of shots, but he's not getting in good position, and he's going to have to be careful at this level.
Some fans from Section 5 cheering for Tim Page.
A nice position right here for a duck, but boy, nice move. He steps across, tries a little trip with his hand.
As I'm looking at Page's resume, 39-0 is amazing for an 8th grader, but he's up against a tough one in Philip Mansueto from Middletown High School in Section 2. No points at all scored, but I would have to say that Mansueto has been in charge the last minute or so.
Yeah, he has, but Page just won't give him an inch.
Nope. Down to about 5 seconds left in this first period. Oh, they're going to get it out of bounds, and they have 5 seconds left.
I'll tell you what I noticed this first period, Dale. These kids have incredible balance. Both guys have been in tight with bars and leg trips and stuff, and they're just not going to their back or giving up too.
Oh, nice single attempt, but too little too late as Page shot. He's out of Wayland Cohocton High School, by the way, in Atlanta, New York. Our sheet says, I've not heard of Atlanta, New York, but...
First here.
Yep. Atlanta, New York. And Middletown I know of, and that's where that man is from. Section 9, it should say. We had section 2 on here. It should be section 9. So, Mansueto out of Middletown in section 9. On top of Page, has not scored any points yet. Unlike college, you get no points for riding time or advantage points. So, you have to score, and you have to work, and you have to go for a pin.
That's right. There's a switch, a standing switch. Page hits it nice, but Mansueto is not in trouble yet, but it's close.
Almost had his hands locked on that, and we're going to get a reversal. So Page scores the first points on a reversal. Page forearm crotch, then it goes back, trying to knock the balancing leg. He gets Mansueto down, breaks him down to the mat. Real good tight waist. Mansueto tries the sit out and switch. Nothing there. Goes to a stand up.
I mean, nothing like the first match of the day when both guys were throwing the legs. And,
right.
Both guys here, just basic wrestling.
Standing switch by Mansueto out of section 9.
Little difference here is Page has a leg locked up. Still about 36 seconds to go, though. Oh, he let go of the one hand, and he's probably going to get reversed right here, Dale.
Let's see, 28 seconds, that gets it right there. So we're even up, 2-2. And Tim Page.
Page up, he almost had hand control. He's trying that switch again. He does have it working.
He's going to get one. He gets the one right there on the escape. Right, good job.
Trip that was.
Nice transition, right, John, from that escape to the takedown?
That's right, Dale. That's what you're supposed to do. You escape, you go back for 2 right away. It's a textbook example.
There's the switch.
They're fighting for position right here.
Doesn't go, he stands up.
Mansueto lets go. Page is in position. Now he goes in with that back trip. Beautiful. Just ran out of real estate. Into the red, out of bounds.
So Page in his corner, and we're going to look at his eye, I believe. Somebody got a thumb in the eye, so they're going to double check to make sure everything's okay. Mansueto was 6th in the States last year, as we said, at 91, so he's been around, whereas Tim Page, his opponent from Section 5, is an 8th grader. So a sophomore against an 8th grader. There's the sophomore. And they're going to give Page a little more time.
Just notice that the credits down below here, Dale, he's 4th in Greco. Page was last year. That means he was in 7th grade in the Empire State Games. That had to be something. Kid's got a heck of a future.
Yes, he does. He's in the second period. Not much time left, about 5 seconds. Shoot by Mansueto, but you're going to run out of time. And he gets a nice counter there by Page, so it'll go into the third period at 3-2 in favor of Page by virtue of that escape he got in this second period. They're going to get set. Mansueto is set. So between these two guys, they're 76-1 on the year. Not bad. Oh, hands almost touched.
Nope, smart move by Page, but
yeah, it looked like Page was going to get lock his hands. Now he goes for cradle or a.
Yeah, the official will give you a split second touching, and it's a good no call right there.
Yep.
Now he's going to have to do something. Both men on the feet. Page has to bring him down.
Oh, he really stepped over that switch attempt.
That's just it. The switch was going, but Page moved in, dropped his hips, and negated it right away. And still no legs in this match. It's unbelievable. Not even just for control for a second.
They're going to get a stalling call and warning, I should say, and that's on Mr. Page. So Tim Page warned for stalling with a 1-point lead with 1:18 left. I think he's got to be a...
That's right, Dale. He has to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yep.
On top, you go for the pin. It's just not a ride. You can't get away with it in college or high school.
Very smooth-looking takedown after the stand-up there by Page.
Well, that was nice. He stepped through and locked the leg, and it's good for control, but he still has to work for the pin.
Right, and that's right now he's going to have to work.
Be watching him very closely.
Schlossberg, the head official, as he walks and observes the wrestlers. Larry Cantor, his assistant, right in front of us, checking the action, but no look yet, and trying that cradle. He's going to force it. Then he brings him back down.
It was a gutsy move, and he came out okay, but he also could have gotten some back points, so I guess it was worth the gamble.
Well, he's got to keep moving, or he's going to be tied because he's been warned. So
right, that was his first attempt for back point, so it looked pretty good to the officials. 25 seconds left, Dale.
People want stalling. I think he's
going to get it. It's going to be 1 point.
Yeah. I was going to say he's milked it, but he can't milk it any longer, and that's going to be a tie score, 3-3, and he's listening intently to his coaches. So Tim Page, the 8th grader, gives up a point on stalling, and this match is tied with 20 seconds left. Same situation it was before. He's got to bring him to the mat.
Well, he has to. I think this was a tough move off the bottom. I think he should have given more control. Well, okay, he came out all right, but he's going to go into overtime, and that's all he can hope for right now. Yeah,
because he won't get called for stalling, and it looks like it's going to be our first overtime, and that's going to be it right there. And it will be overtime, or sudden death. It's no longer overtime. I say overtime. It's sudden death. They line up, go right back at it again, and the first guy who scores a point wins. And that's the first part, and they start 2 minutes. So whoever scores first on anything, illegal hold, anything, you win. So it used to be a whole criteria, takedowns and so on and so forth. They have simplified it starting, I believe, last year. So whoever scores any point in this wins, including the stalling point. And don't forget, Page has already given up 1 point for stalling.
This is where it gets real cautious, though, Dale. Nobody wants, you alluded to earlier, the big mistake. And you don't have another shot at this. Fortunately for both of these guys, they'll be back the next couple years, but you don't want to lose it on a missed shot. Nice move.
And Suito is no points, and they're near the out of bounds. Page trying to spread him out, and they're going to go out of bounds, or they're going to call stalemate.
Good call, good wrestling. Both guys doing up a great bout here.
Tim Page out of Wayland-Cohocton High School in Atlanta, New York. Phil Mansueto out of Middletown High School, Middletown, New York. That's been a great bout here at 98 pounds. It's into sudden death. And this is going to be a shame to see anybody lose this one. They have worked very hard. Both guys, an 8th grader and a sophomore. A throw by Mansueto, a counter by Page. Page trying to get around back, get that takedown.
I'll tell you, Page is tough in there.
Whizzer.
8th grader, just incredible balance and just tough. Both guys had a couple shots here in the overtime deal, but again, not really going after it. Not wanting to make that mistake.
Let's see
be another stalemate.
Stalemate, yeah. Both guys in a stalemate. 32 seconds left in this first 2 minutes. Now these guys tiring, got to be tiring, especially this kind of way this tournament is set up. However many matches these guys have had to get here. Now they got to go 2 more minutes in sudden death.
And there was no rest in the final or the regulations. It was right into overtime, and these kids have been battling. No one's been coasting.
No, Page shoots, backs out, and Sueto tries to muscle him. Oh, here it is.
Well,
stand up.
Page has Greco experience, but he doesn't have the good position right now.
No, he doesn't.
And he backed off, and wise move also for Mansueto.
Mansueto shoots. That's going to be it. It's going to go to 30 seconds now. Here's an interesting one.
That's right, Dale. Flip of a coin right now.
Flip of a coin, top and bottom. And then whoever is on top, if they can hold the opponent for 30 seconds, they'll win. And Marshall Schlossberg flips the coin, and it'll be, he takes top. I
doesn't
believe
get any more exciting than this, Dale.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't.
This is everything right now.
So Philip Mansueto is going to take top Now he's got to hold Tim Page down for 30 seconds, I believe.
That's
and
right.
they're running off the clock now.
Right now.
Well, the clock's not set, guys, so, or they have a minute. Maybe it's a minute. I don't know.
It is 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And they're going to
They have no problem with the clock. They're going to do it from a minute.
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
They're not going to set the clock at 30, yes. So they're going to start at a minute. So 30 seconds now. If Philip Mansueto from Middletown can hold down Tim Page, he will win the state championship. He's got 28
Page is
seconds.
out. It looks like he's going to get the reversal, but Mansueto, if he can hold on to the leg, will remain on top, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it.
Oh, that extra reserve. Tim Page trying to get that. If he gets that leg out, he's going to score.
He's got it.
That's it. That's it. It's over.
Just that quickly, Dale.
Tim Page from Section 5, Wayland Cohocton High School, in sudden death defeats Philip Mansueto out of Middletown in Section 9. And what a great bout that was. 98 pounds. They don't get any better than that. That was just tremendous.
See a little recap here, Dale. There's Page on the bottom. Or maybe this, no, I'm sorry, Page is on the top already. Almost reversal. He's got to break that control of the hand. He's going to take a chance right now. There's a reversal. Take a look here. He's going to stand up a little bit, and as he's done all night, hit that switch, and there it comes. And work like a dog to get the 2 points, which he does.
Yeah, he did, and he had a little bit more there in terms of energy, I think, at the end. And that's what...
Those young guys don't get tired, yeah.
I got tired watching him. Work up to 105. Randon Lehman out of Section 4, Ithaca High School. And Otto House out of Hornell High School in Section 5. So 2 Section 5 guys back to back. While we listen to the PA announcer in the back. Incidentally, checking, either one of those guys at 98 pounds was really expected to do too much in the state look, so that was exciting. But 35 for Otto House out of Hornell. Trent Curry was in this weight class. He was from 98 pounds. He was the defending champion. He got beat, so that's one of those guys we talked about. These guys are new, and perhaps not the guys who were expected to be there. But Brandon Lehman from Section 4, 36-2. He's only a freshman.
That's what's fun about the state still. You just don't know who's going to show up and wrestle their heart out. And these kids came out, and they're in the finals, freshman and junior, trying to get the state championship here.
Well, as we said at the beginning, it's one of those no big names. A lot of guys who thought they were going to be here. Oh!
They're going to get the 2 points. It was a beautiful call.
Undisputed 2 points. Both officials,
well,
Tom Hake and Frank Fumano there.
He hit him with a hip toss here near out of bounds, Dale, but he kept his feet in. He would hit his toes inbounds right there. Boom.
Yep.
And the call is correct. 2 points.
Good call.
Nice job with the camera, too.
Kept those feet in bounds, and 2 points right away for Brandon Lehman, and that was a heck of a throw. Had it been in bounds,
exactly.
House would have been in trouble.
A lot of time, and a lot of time to fight off your back. Lehman's working an arm bar.
Yeah, he's got it really.
He walks his, he lost the wrist on the far side, but he's still walking it over.
He's going to get some back. Oh, he's got him locked up.
He's got him locked up tight, and there's over a minute to go, Dale.
Otto House in real trouble.
Great bridge. He came out of it all right, but he's still in a world of trouble. He's going to have,
now he comes around. He's going to get a reversal.
Like I said,
yeah,
he's in great shape.
Yeah, he gets it right there. Now he's got Lehman in trouble. It's going to be 5-5 when they get out of this, or 5-4. You watch. 2, yep, 5-4.
And the 3 back points.
Oh, 5-5. So they're right back even again.
And he's not out of it trouble yet. That is Lehman. He's on bottom.
2 identical moves by the opposite wrestlers puts him at 5-5. House tries to go for a cradle out of bounds. That was magnificent.
I think they just turned it up a notch. That was a great first period.
Little blood timeout here by Section 5's Otto House.
Well, they hit each other with everything.
Now that's amazing. That's a minute and 32 seconds. Let's take a look at it, John.
Got it right here with Lehman on top, and he's looking good. I think this is just where he got his 3-point back points. And here's House with the reversal, and he just steps in. Nothing fancy. He just keeps driving.
There he goes. There was
Lehman's on his back, and now he's in trouble.
good drive right there, and that's what put Otto House down and gave the points.
Kept the feet moving,
Yep.
driving.
So now it's a 5-5 in a great 105-pound bout. Still only the first period, about 25 seconds left. House in the purple on top, working on Brandon Lehman.
He's got that arm bar. He tried to run him over.
Well, now you look at these guys and you just say the energy these guys have, and this is a great bout so far. 1 point.
Well, that was a little sloppy, but he came back with a headlock.
That's going to do it. That's going to be the save by the bell, proverbial save by the bell.
Well, I'll tell you, that was just super.
So it's going to be 9. They've got 9-6. And they're just adjusting the scoreboard. Watch what happens.
See what we got here, Dale. There's that headlock. And right here, I thought Lehman was going to roll through, but no, House locks it up tight.
Yep.
And time's running out.
You can see the kid up there tapping with a towel. That's what he's there for. Let him know that you don't hear the buzzer with the people screaming. So it's 9-6 in favor of Otto House. Now Lehman he's up a little high though.
Yeah, he could
Oh,
be in
that's trouble
He's gonna
right
give up
there, yeah.
one at least.
Not yet.
But I'll tell you, by the time we make a call, these kids do something different. So
Yep.
I'm just going to sit back and watch here
Official
for a
letting
second.
us know that it's still Lehman who's in control and hasn't lost any, but now he's going to lose a point.
Well,
He's gonna lose 2
The
if he-
officials are going to wait till see if he can get the 2, in which
Yeah.
they did, and he won't get the 1 and 2.
They haven't given him
They
anything.
didn't give him anything, but he's going to give him 2 and maybe 2 back. Nope, just take down.
It's 11-6 now as Otto House.
He's in trouble now.
He's in
Dale.
trouble.
A little bit too high. He's going to give up 1. I hope these
11-7.
officials have a calculator out there because this is going to be a high-scoring match.
Brandon Lehman, each time he thinks somebody's going to get an advantage, a hip throw toss, made a mistake. House made a mistake, and he's down. Lehman's going to get 2. It's going to be 11-9.
Not freestyle. There's no slip throws in
That's right. If there was freestyle, they'd be back in the middle and be dusting off their arms. But it's a point loss here. And now House stepping over behind. Oh, he's got Lehman in trouble. There's a reversal for him. 2 more. 13-9.
leg trap there, but the official doesn't do anything with it. He's not going to give him back points.
Boy, these guys
Split
are
second.
working hard.
I think we need 2 more officials.
I was going to say, Tom Hake and Frank Famano working hard. These guys have been moving all over. Second period, we've had 22 points scored.
Going to ask for more money after this.
That's right. The House up, down, still in control of Lehman. House got about 4 seconds left in this period, and it's going to end right now. And his head gear over his face like a mask, and he is going to adjust it. He's up by 4, 13-9 as we go into the third period. But this is still, I wouldn't care if it was 16-9. There's still too much wrestling left. These guys are two good opponents.
These guys are throwing everything. They're just not stopping. Some great moves. Not great counters yet, but the offensive moves have been great. And a lot of back points, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yep, it is exciting.
And
referees having to hustle on this too as they sliding over to catch it. Look at that.
A great slide in the second.
Tom Hakes, the guy who did the slide, checking to make sure that he saw everything that was there to be seen. And they're working a little bit on Otto House, just to keep the nose from bleeding. Here it is, third period. The fans up and excited about this one as House out of Hornell High School is on top by 4. Brandon Lehman out of Ithaca High School has got 2 minutes to do it, but if the other 4 minutes were any indication, it's going to be a long 2 minutes. Shoot right away by Lehman.
Lehman's in tight, and he's going to get the 2.
2 right away. Nope.
He's got it locked up, Dale.
He gave him the 2. He's waiting to see where there he gives
That's right. You want to see if he's going to bring him to his back, which it looks like he is. Whoa, it's very close, and that's a great pin. Like you said, Dale, anything could happen, and it just did.
Well, you got to feel awful for Otto House. He gets pinned. He he gets caught, and he is flat. There's no doubt about it.
Out. He just can't bridge. It's over. It is a shame. They have to feel for him, but a great man.
Brandon Lehman just waited, bided his time. Brandon Lehman out of Ithaca High School wins on a pin in the third period. As Otto House just got caught, but Brandon Lehman wrestled a great bout, and he is the champ from Section 4 at 105 pounds. And it's awful frustrating. You know, you can't blame anybody but yourself. This is not a sport for somebody who is looking for somebody else to blame. And it's just tough for Otto House. He's just absolutely devastated. That's to be expected. We move on to 112 pounds. Out of Huntington High School in Section 11, Adrian Bonilla. He's a senior, 30-0. There he is. He's fifth in the States as a sophomore. And now you're looking at Paul Paquin out of Cornwall High School in Section 9. He's undefeated too. Both guys, you want to combine their records, it's 67-0. So they are getting set for the 112 pounds. Bonilla, senior. Paquin, a junior. So Paquin is just introduced to the fans. He is 37-0.
With these kids, I wonder if there's when the 200 career win mark is going to be reached.
I know it. Just kind of
eighth graders out there undefeated and just incredible.
Both guys getting set. The officials, John Wild, the main official. Bob Antonito will be his assistant. In the green, little anklet they put on so you can tell the difference between the wrestlers. Both in blue. One's royal blue. That would be Paquin from Section 9, while Bonilla from Huntington in Section 11 has the dark blue, navy blue. Bonilla shoots. Both guys trying to feel each other out. Ooh, good single shot.
In there tight, but he hasn't fouled through yet.
Yeah, just kind of tested him out, bailed out. First period, about 34 seconds into it. Adrian Bonilla, 112 pounds from Huntington High School. Paul Paquin from Cornwall High School.
Bonilla tight on a single leg. He's got his head to the outside. He's going to have to come in, change up to a double, which he's trying to. But Paquin's got his hand blocked, or his arm blocked off. Nice defense.
Down and up. Oh, he's going to give it up there. No.
No points yet. No points yet. They're
out of bounds.
Good call by the official, but when you make a call, half the crowd's going to be upset with you.
Yeah.
Got him right here near the out of bounds. There's a step and out of bounds right there. Both
and then
guys.
the other foot, yes.
Yep.
You could just see that other foot go out of bounds of Bonilla, so that did it.
Bonilla a little bit more cautious of the two at this point, with one shot to about 4 or 5.
Bonilla a little lankier, a little taller than Paquin.
Maybe a little older and a little wiser at this point, just trying to wait it out, feel the
He is a senior.
See what he can get without making any mistakes.
He was fifth in the States as a sophomore, Bonilla. Didn't place last year, but he's back this year in the finals.
Yeah.
Paquin.
The tournament is just so tough. You just don't know going in. And
that's right.
As we mentioned earlier, 3 state champs returning didn't fare well, and they're sitting by watching it. Tough to repeat every year, Dale.
Yep. So no score yet in first period, down to 5 seconds left in the first period. Adrian Bonilla and Paul Paquin from 9 and 11. See what Bonilla does. Going to take Bonilla's up and Paquin down. Paquin up, trying to get rid of the hands, but Bonilla brings him back to the mat.
It's tough to do once you're standing, Dale, and these kids, they know better, but it's tough when you have two great wrestlers going at it. One guy is a little bit more in control on top, at least so far tonight. And he just got the armbar working as a ride.
He'll be out of bounds here in a second, the supporting point. Oh!
Well, I'll tell you what, he thought he was out of bounds, and he shouldn't have. He got lucky there. He's still in control. Still on top.
You got to wrestle till you hear that whistle. I thought they were out of bounds too, but there was no call. So they will stay right where they are with no score. 1:23 left, second period. Bonilla on top in the dark blue from section 11. Paquin on the bottom with the royal blue from section 9.
Working that armbar again, Dale, but he let up. Just a tight waist. Now he's got it again.
Oh, almost an escape. Oh, he decided to give him a little extra toward the...
Well, that time he didn't wait for the whistle. He took care of business.
That's right.
Took him out onto the floor.
Yeah, out near the polished floor here at the War Memorial. And they're right back at it. So we have had a lot of excitement. This one, no score. People saying, kind of dull. Both guys working their hearts out, but we've had so many good bouts up to this point. It's difficult to, see one without a lot of scoring here in 50 seconds left in the second period, and fans perhaps a little restless. Adrian Bonilla.
Bonilla's going to have to work a little bit on top.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be able to ride this whole period out without some kind of warning.
Paquin broken down again, but a little crossface attempt by Bonilla. You're right, they got to get something going up on top.
There's a wizard.
Step
Paquin,
over.
but nothing happened there.
So back in bounds, 23 seconds. This one's scoreless. 23 seconds left in the second period. Nope, we got a caution here on green, so that will be, Paquin will be the person who gets the caution. Moved a little bit before the whistle.
He's got that a little bit of hand control. He gave up, and I think that's because Bonilla was putting a little bit of pressure on the left side. Now I think there was a call for stalling there. There was no confirmation. And there's another call for stalling on Bonilla.
I think he's just, maybe he's indicating who's in control. That's going to be.
I think he's going to call right there.
Okay, because he was down by the leg and not just holding on.
Yeah, he hasn't worked on top at all.
That specific indication before. It was kind of like I'm getting ready to call it, with his hand up.
I could be wrong, Dale. In freestyle, they do that for confirmation, but you're probably right. He was saying who was in control, but it was a matter of time before he did get hit for stalling. He wasn't working for the pin for the whole 2 minutes.
So Paul Paquin, by virtue of some movement, getting out, gets a stalling call, but still no score. But Bonilla's been warned. So 1 point right now as he lets Bonilla up.
We'll see if the strategy works. And it looks like it may have. He's going to get the 2 points. That was nice.
2-1 right now as Paquin. But now Paquin's in trouble.
He's going to give up 1 and maybe 2, or are they just going to give him the 2? It all depends on what happens here near out of bounds, Dale. Going to give him the 1. Okay, that's good interpretations of the rules. No control. He had the 1, but if he went for 2 and he went out of bounds like that, he would only get his 1.
So it's 2 apiece as Bonilla scores that one, and but it looked like he had Paquin in trouble a couple of times. Paquin, goes for an ankle pick, being aggressive. He's going to get Bonilla in trouble with the stall again because he's been shooting and Bonilla's been backing up. Let's see what happens. You can only do that so much, but that's going to cost him, isn't it? Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Dale. That's a great call.
Yeah, because
Bonilla's tired.
Bonilla's got his hands on his head. You can tell he's tired, and that and Paquin is taking advantage of it. And now 3-2, and he goes early.
Being tired, he didn't counter quick enough, and he's in trouble right now.
Oh, he's got his ankle picked up.
He's got 2, maybe some back points. Nope, Bonilla bailed out. Just gave up the 2.
So now he's got 5-2. He's got a 3-point lead. Paul Paquin from Cornwall in Section 9, but Adrian Bonilla working on the bottom, a little bit tired, but he's got 53 seconds to do something. Nice counter there by Paquin.
Yeah, that's super. These guys are hitting switches from nowhere. And here comes another one with a great leg lever, too. He came out.
And he does not wait. Now what do we got? We've got a 5-3.
I think it's 6-4, Dale. With Paquin on top.
6-4. Paquin still on top.
30 seconds. And
They go out of
Albania's
bounds.
turned it up a little bit. He's got some energy left over.
Paquin injured. Got a thumb problem. Let's check the takedown on the replay.
Well, he shoots in here after he got the escape. All right, in. He's trying. Now, can't tell what's going to happen here. I think he's going to hit. Well, we're going to go live action pretty soon.
There we are. There's Bonilla with hands on top of the head, which oftentimes is an indication of a little bit of fatigue.
No doubt about it, and they should be. It's tough out there. 6 minutes.
Yeah.
With the other best kid in the state.
Yeah, 28 seconds left, and it's a 2-point advantage for Paul Paquin in the light blue. Counter, and now Bonilla is going after him, and Paquin maybe stalling a little bit. He called him. Yeah, he warned him.
He's going to get him.
Yep.
He got the
16 seconds left.
Just a warning right now.
Right, so he's all right. Actually, he could probably stall out.
That's right. That's a smart move, though. I mean, if you don't want to take the chance. But now he's shooting in. Let's see if it pays off.
Well, he's got to sit right there. Paul Paquin trying to sit.
Shape.
And Bonilla trying to elevate him. He can't do it, and that's going to be it. Paul Paquin, very smart match. Scored when he had to, and he's going to be the state champ in 112 pounds out of Cornwall High School as he defeats Adrian Bonilla from Section 11. And we'll be right back with 119-pound bout right after these brief messages.
At Mobile, we can help you fill up fast by paying right at the pump.
Wedding.
With more credit and ATM cards than any other station.
Best man.
So you can pull up, pump up, pay up, and still get to the church on time. Mobile. How can we help you?
Not all of life's important lessons are learned in the classroom setting. Athletics offer unique experiences for tomorrow's leaders. Students excel when they participate in interscholastic athletics, learning cooperation, respect, fair play, and hard work. To continue these vital athletic programs in your school, the National Federation and the New York State Public High School Athletic Association needs your support. Find out how you can help. Contact your local high school principal.
All right, we're back with a 119-pound bout. We've got Jim Matteries out of Section 4, Endicott, Union Endicott High School. 26-0 against Brad Rowe from Section 6, Ripley High School out of Ripley, New York. He's 42-1. He's a junior. Matteries is a senior. There's Brad Rowe out of Section 6. Not a guy in the, when you looked at the prelims before they started wrestling, as a guy who would be in the finals. They expected P.J. Borey of Suffern, who was third last year, but he was defeated. So we talked about the fact that some of the big names out early, and some of the guys trying to make a name for themselves. Brad Rowe, 42-1. I think he might have been a little bit of a garnered a little bit of attention, but
well, that's the problem, Dale. Every kid in the tournament is 30-something and 1 or 0 or 40-something. Just incredible bouts all year. And Matteries has something to prove with his second place last year at 119, losing to Pfeiffer, who was MOW. That was a great bout. I remember that.
Yep, that's right. So, so Matteries, who was a runner-up last year, one of the guys we featured in our Open, is attempting to come back from a second place to win it all. But no points yet. 1:10 left, first period. Matteries and Rowe kind of feeling each other out. Nobody throwing anything. And, you know, we always talk about nobody wants to make the big mistake, and they're both going to get called, not called for stalling, but stalemate. And that's what they're doing, feeling each other out, and the official says, well, there's enough of that.
Well, that usually picks up the pace right there, because they know the next to whistle will be a stalling call, and there's Matteries in real tight with a single. But Rowe with great balance too. He's countered very well. Matarese with the head to the outside. You don't want to be there.
Crossface.
Not many good things can happen from that position right now.
Brad Rowe throwing a strong crossface, but nothing yet. And the official,
and he's working the near leg. Gonna have another stalemate.
Just going to say the official, Pat Coletta with Mark Piven, is assistant, but that was Coletta who, Collette, I should say, correct myself, is the main official, and he is watching closely as Matarese and Rowe have about 15 seconds left in this first period.
Matarese is shooting in with the head down too much, and he's getting caught. He's going to either have to finish up, and now he's got a cradle thrown on him, but not a very good position by Rowe either.
It looks like they're going to go out of bounds, or this period's going to end with no score. Both. Yep, or both. Right there, it does end. First period's over. Zip, zip. Matarese and Rowe. Rowe, junior. Cross-country runner. Good combination, cross-country and wrestling.
Should help in the third period. He's probably in shape.
Yes. He controls Matarese at this point. Going for hand 2-on-1. Matarese gets one off, stands up pretty easily, tries to turn, and Rowe tries to take him out. He does successfully. He'll be back in, but Matarese strong on the bottom coming up and getting rid of the hand control.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Rowe on top. He's long. I'm surprised the leg didn't come in right away. Both of these guys are pretty lanky. Matarese, great move up, but not that hand control, Dale. Back down.
We haven't seen legs up for 91 pounds. Right now, Rowe out and back, holding on as Matarese tries to get the hand off and do a switch or a turn in.
Rowe's sitting pretty right now. I mean, he's just controlling the hand. Matarese's not doing much. Now he's up.
He's got that far arm, but Matarese comes up, brought out of bounds by Rowe, so it stays the same. As he comes up, Matarese has to be able to block him off there, make sure that he can't.
That's right. Now,
now he did. He just did, but he lost it.
But then he dropped down again. But Rowe's picking the ankle, and that's causing trouble for Matarese. He's just not confident coming up. Now he's got that hand control. He's got to get his hips out and face, and he does. Now,
I don't know. Rowe was looking at the official like there was something wrong.
Well, Matarese was peeling his fingers back, but he had them all.
Yeah.
He had all four of them. The thumb was not included, and he ripped them off. Well, he got out.
Because you can't take one finger at a time. You got to rip the whole hand off.
That's right. Otherwise, he would have been called.
Right. So Matarese up with one on the escape.
Rowe just so long. I mean, he's just got Matarese all tied up.
Yeah.
Got the head, the arm, and Matarese he's trying to bail out, which is well, stalemate right now. But he's going to have to shoot a little bit better. He'll get called for stalling.
A lot of 119 pounds. These guys are long and lanky.
These guys look like 6 foot.
I know, don't they?
Incredible.
We'll have to stand up next to him. See how
next year they'll both be 77-pounders filled out.
Yeah. Right now, shot by Matarese, countered, and Rowe working on the head.
I guess that's the problem. He's shooting in, but he's just got so much territory to reel in before he can get the 2 points, and he's not getting it.
We're down to 10 seconds in the second period with a 1-0 lead and another stalemate call, but Matarese is on top by 1. But this actually looks like Brad Rowe's in control.
That's right. He spent most of the time with a better position, even though he is down 1-0.
So third period's going to get ready to start. Matarese, one of the favorites, pre-tourney favorites, is got one up on Brad Rowe from Ripley High School, but a lot can happen. Matarese, kind of workmanlike job trying to get something.
Well, he's got the leg squared off, and he's just got the hand underneath. Nothing fancy on top right now. Trying to break him down, get him off his base.
Rowe looks very nonplussed, just kind of working, he's back in. Oh, he reaches up.
He's had that look all match. It's like, you know, having a good time out here. Not fazed by the state championship.
Now they're going to go out of bounds, and Rowe will get a chance. I think he's got to move a little quicker on Matarese from the bottom.
Well, it's kind of tough because both guys are long. You
you're
get
right.
that leverage, and all you need is just a little bit of weight on and your control. They'll both go. There's a breakdown. Just hit the
try to roll
the elbow and put your weight on it, and now they're in the same position. Both guys have been all match. There's a wizard.
That's going to be a 1, isn't it? Yes, it is. So 1 now. So Matarese gets scored on by Rowe, and it ties it up with 55 seconds left in this 119-pound match. You can tell by the score it's been pretty cautious.
Yeah, both guys hooked up top. Now they're just dropping down.
Looks to me like Brad Rowe looked like he was setting up for a hip there. He had getting that leg in, and
he's looked like that all match though. He's had Matarese tied up, his head. Now Matarese in tight.
Yeah, Matarese really got that single. He's got to
be careful.
leg.
He's going out of bounds, but he should. If he keeps up, he's going to have his 2. He's got to get his legs back, Dale. If he can get his legs back.
Oh, he won't because
he won't give him the points.
He didn't. Well, you saw he put both hands underneath and elevated him, so he doesn't have control, and then rolled out of bounds.
Matarese should have got on it, kind of sprawled out, put his feet toward the center of the match. He would have gave him 2 points, but he didn't do it.
You got to give Rowe credit. That was a great move.
He didn't give up.
Took him a little while for his coaches to yell it to him, though. he waited.
Slow and deliberate.
Yeah, that's going to be it. So we're going to have us another sudden death here. Is that right? Oh, no. This is the last period. Here we go. They had already flashed the period sign up there. I said that looked like it was a little time left. So this is the final period. Still tied. We could have an overtime, but not yet. I should say sudden death. (1-1) the score. Rowe and Matarese. Rowe from 6, Matarese from 4. Stalemate. Rowe shot, kind of half-hearted, gets back up.
Yeah, both guys very cautious, Dale. It's defensive wrestling. It's kind of slow and not exciting to watch, but there's a lot of strategy involved too. These guys just are feeling each other out, waiting for that big opportunity if it comes up.
Well, both guys going to, if he's going to call a stall here.
Well, that's just it. I'm surprised there hasn't been one because he just keep getting tied up. And so someone has to be doing less than the other.
Yeah, and nobody's shooting, at least not right now. Well, that was kind of half-hearted by Rowe, right?
Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 decent shots.
That's
here.
a stalemate. That's another stalemate. A lot of them in this bout. Somebody's got to change a little something. It's tied up 1 apiece. Nobody wants. This is a classic matchup of nobody wants to make the big mistake. But you got to shoot. Matarese a little bit more aggressive than Rowe this period.
He's in there with a duck under or dump, but he can't. Rowe just tough. He's very long, tough to get in on him.
He really sprawls out too, so he's using the full mat to his advantage. So we're down to 12 seconds, and then we will have an overtime sudden death. No pick. Yeah, these guys, nobody's going to make the mistake now, John.
No,
they're going to wait. They know they're going to go into sudden death, and that will be another one, number 2 of the evening. And so now, your choice, Mr. Rowe, he takes top. So now if he holds Matarese for 30 seconds, right, that will be the match. Now they're going to set the clock to 30 seconds. They used it for a minute the last time. I think they want to know exactly how much time there is. So they run it down. That's what we're waiting for. They usually would be right at it. Rowe and Matarese tied at 1. They go to sudden death. There's the 30 seconds. There he catches it, stops it. 30 seconds. If Brad Rowe on top can hold Jim Matarese for 30 seconds, he'll win.
Matarese out very quick, but again, he forgot something, his leg, and he's trying to get out now.
Oh, they burned 11 seconds on that one. Matarese lucky he's going to get another restart.
Well, at this rate, he could get 2 more starts at it, but still, you got to control the hands. Get your legs out first.
You're right. He got up, but he left the leg, and Brad Rowe took it up to the ceiling. And he's got ankle control now.
He's done that all match long. Now Mattery's tried something different, a little bit of Ramby roll, but now he's got 10 seconds. Rowe's tough on top. We noticed that in the other period.
Oh, he's got a good tight waist. This is going to be very difficult for Mattery's. It's going to end just like this. It's going to be a win for Brad Rowe in sudden death over Jim Mattery's. And Jim Mattery's loses for the first time this year. That's got to be tough. The senior Jim Mattery's from Section 4, Union Endicott, loses in overtime or in sudden death to Brad Rowe from Ripley High School in Section 6. So Brad Rowe shakes hands with opposing coaches. So 2 sudden death. And now we move on to 126. Carl Fraunhofer out of Salem High School in Section 2 will be wrestling, 37-1. Moving up to Carl Fraunhofer, just introduced, sophomore. And then from Section 6, Chad Karos. There's a look at Karos. 40-0. University of Buffalo and Lock Haven, where he would like to go. Also one of those cross-country guys. You know, this is interesting because Union Endicott, #1 ranked school in the New York State. Dylan Urban, who was returning here, was upset in apparently a very controversial bout. I did not see it, but he is out, and the new guys are in. Fraunhofer from Section 2 and Karos from Section 6.
Karos in on that single leg deal, but Fraunhofer tough. He grabbed the leg and elevated a little bit and got out of trouble, at least for a second.
A lot of action early here. Fraunhofer very strong, and Karos going right after him. So they've got good opening action here at 126 pounds New York State Wrestling Championship. By the way, the officials, Mike Frood and Marshall Schlossberg as the assistant. No score. So they get set to attempt to take down. Nobody does anything. Yep, very close.
Fraunhofer was in there close, but they went out of bounds.
Nothing yet. 55 seconds left in the first period. Fraunhofer from Salem High School. Oh!
Looked pretty, but no points for looking pretty. Didn't have control.
No style points.
I'll tell you right there.
Right there's
the 2, and there it is. Never gave up. Fraunhofer did.
You're going to see it on the replay.
Let's see if they get this this throw. No, this is the finish of it. Nothing fancy, just kind of bear hugged him to the mat.
2-0 now the score as Fraunhofer on top. It's an honor roll student. That helps. Karos, a junior, and Fraunhofer a sophomore. So these guys are both underclassmen. Oh, he's going to get one right there. So score 1 for Chad Karos. As we come down to 10 seconds left in the first period. That's going to end it. First period's over. Official gets him set in the down position will be Fraunhofer. Sophomore, 37-1, 25 pins. A lot of pins. Don't see many here in the States, especially in the finals, but Chad Carl's working hard. He takes him out of bounds.
A nice throw, but he's just not getting a break right now. But it's not stopping him from trying those low percentage but high point moves. If you can do it, you usually end up with 4 to 5 points.
Look at Carlos. He's a gold Empire State Games winner at 132 in both Greco and freestyle. So he is very experienced. 2-1 now.
Looks like both of these guys, Dale, are doing a lot of wrestling in the summer, and it shows. I mean, for the underclassmen to hit the state finals, they have to be wrestling all year round.
Yeah, they're not just wrestling in high school and then taking it off. And
that's it, picking it up in the fall.
Can't do that anymore. You used to be able to have guys 2 or 3 sports, right? But if you want to be the top, it's very difficult. Warning right now on Karos. Was warned, and you'll see Karos on the bottom, and then they just warned him for the stall right there. So it's now 1:29 left, second period, potentially dangerous. We'll stop it. So we move on. 2-1 is the score. Fraunhofer on top. Trying to get a little hand control. By the time he gets to hand control, Karos breaks it back down. Looks like a leg coming in. Nope.
He's got it in, kind of. Fraunhofer doing a great job of trying to get him off there, but now here's where you get into potentially dangerous. And one of two things is going to happen.
He can only do that so often, too,
exactly.
Right?
He has to keep him down. If he keeps throwing that leg in, they will call him for stalling. It's like a desperate last-minute move,
right? In
order to stop him giving up 1 point.
Fraunhofer up strong, but Karos breaks him down.
Drop down, just put a hand in between the leg and brought him to the mat.
Nice thing again. Oh, now he probably broke him down there. So legs in by Fraunhofer, on Fraunhofer, I should say, by Karos.
Working the legs pretty good. It's tough for Fraunhofer to do anything right now. Karos up on top too with that far Nelson. Chances are he won't get back points on, but you can look good and you can ride for the
right. It looks like you're working like heck there, and of course you don't get anything for the ride, but when you got nothing else, it takes the energy out of the guy on the bottom, and that's exactly what Karos is doing. He's riding the heck out of Karl Fraunhofer. And but now it looks like wow, now we got a warning because
it's worked to his advantage as Fraunhofer got hit with the stalling.
Right. Well, Fraunhofer had his elbows in and wasn't even attempting to get up.
But it's also tough to do when a guy's got both legs in, right? Half Nelson to stand up.
So you got to look here and see if you're the official. You got to be very careful. Now it's 2-1. Fraunhofer on top in the score, but not able to get out of the legs of Chad Karos. So we go to period number 3. Talked about this 126-pound weight class, and they had predicted that Dylan Urban, who was undefeated from UE coming in, would be here against Fraunhofer. So it's at least half of that duo is here, but Chad Karos doing a good job.
Obviously, he hasn't read the clippings and decided he'd wrestle into the state championships. And again, Fraunhofer on top now, throwing the legs and using the far arm bar for his ride, because I don't think he's going to be able to turn him, and he may even lose control of this, which he did, and gave up 1. Or close to it, yes.
Yeah, there he got it. Right. Now they're going to go out of bounds. So it's now 2-2. So Fraunhofer and Karos tied at 2. There's going to be timeout.
Well, you mentioned that Karos ran cross country, and he's looking like he's in better shape right now if this goes into OT.
Here's the look right there. He didn't have the escape yet, just as they turned in, and then when they
that's it. I think
pushed him out,
gave him the 1.
Yeah, gave him the 1, and then they went out of bounds. Another look at it.
Fraunhofer had that ride that I mentioned to a minute ago, and then he lost it. And right there, it's a scramble. Who's going to get control or get out?
They got a couple of seconds. They're looking at Fraunhofer's hand, and they got a plug in his nose to keep him from bleeding. It's the end of a very, very long season for these high school wrestlers.
clean up a little blood off the mat. Gives you a little bit of time to get your thoughts back together, grab a little bit of wind. So it's tied up at 2. And you can see him working there to get keep that cotton in there so he doesn't get blood on the mat. And rules state that they got to clean that up immediately, obviously. So they went and they gave a little extra time, but they're right back at it. 1:20 left, third period. It is tied at 2. We've already had 2 sudden deaths in the state finals. Probably not unexpected if you're that good.
That's right. You put the best against the best, and it's going to happen.
Fraunhofer gets taken down, however, by Carlos, and that's going to stop it again as he loses the.
Well, he's bleeding pretty good now. That takedown knocked the stuffing right out of his nose.
Yeah. You're going to watch it as Carlos slides by.
Well, both guys tried to react, and Carlos was just a little quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see that it came right out of his nose. They're sending over a mat assistant to clean it up, and there was blood all over. I don't mean in a.
He's bleeding
just,
pretty good.
Yeah, when he got hit, it kind of spread it all over the mat, so it's going to take a while for him to clean it up.
First you're tired, and then you have the cotton wadded up in your nose.
Yeah, and you can't breathe.
Tough to breathe.
Yeah.
Then you get taken down. Hit injury to insult.
Yeah.
Or is that insult to injury? Never figured that out.
One way or the other. But I'll tell you, it's not like it used to be. There you go. Nice replay.
And there's the.
Yeah, we bring it to you all.
Hold nothing back, but that's what the states are all about.
Yep, this is up close and personal. They're still cleaning the mat up as you get a good look at Fraunhofer, Salem High School.
Plenty of time left, and wouldn't count him out yet.
No. It's 4-2. He's only down by 2.
But he's going to have to move quick off the bottom.
Yeah, because Carlos looks good on top.
He's tough on there, and he's good with the legs, and he's good at clock management.
And right now he is managing him. He's waiting to throw that leg. I can just tell. There it goes. Nope.
Oh, well, that's nice, but you got to be careful because Fraunhofer is very quick off the bottom if he gets a little bit of room.
That's right. Well,
that's the best thing he can do. There's a leg in there. Now control. Now it's going to be a tough.
Now it's tough
to get up. Now he's got both.
They went through this before, and actually Fraunhofer got called for stalling.
Fraunhofer, the only thing he can hope for is Carlos gets a little bit high here.
Yeah.
And he can shake him free get off for 2, but doesn't look it right now.
You mentioned before, Carlos throwing that half. He's not going to pin anybody with it, but you can stay there forever. Look like you're working like heck.
You can fall asleep and ride somebody.
Yeah, it's a stalemate though. Yep. Once again, we're going to get a timeout. They got about 100 of those little things. They got 100 of those little things made up to put up your nose. You know, you can see they're riding with the leg there. And one of the problems is that high school you can't get any points for being in control. In college, every minute that you ride your opponent over, you get a minute of riding time over him. You can get a point. But not in high school. High school, it's just you got to try for the pin, and you can't get any riding time. You're supposed to try for the pin in college too. Just
right.
Try a little harder in high school.
Well, they figure they pick up the pace a little bit, and if you're not going to get any points, why do it?
That's
right. Go for the pin or do something else. And I'll tell you, Fraunhofer made a mistake right here.
He reached over
because there's no reason to turn that way, and he gave up back points. You kind of put this match out of reach right now.
So. Chad Carlos wrestled a smart bout. He's going to be the state champ at 126 pounds. Unheralded before, but Chad Carlos from Section 6 at Franklinville High School is the New York State champ, defeating Carl Fraunhofer. So, another good bout. And we move to 132. There's your winner. Carlos, 126 as he leaves the floor. Look at this mat, big mat area as Eric Kingston from Section 4 will be up against Ryan Bernholz from Section 11 at 132 pounds. See him getting warmed up.
A little back crack there. Here we go.
Yeah, a little back crack.
Could use one of those right now myself. Sitting there, these guys I've been twitching all night. These guys are just putting on a great show tonight, as usual.
They get set here as they 24 pins for Kingston. There's Bernholz, the guy we just saw there out of Mount Sinai High School, Section 11. These guys are a little nervous energy here.
Yeah, I think they want to get right to the wrestling. They don't want to hear the announcements. They know who they are.
They don't want to listen to us. 149.16 is Bernholz. That's impressive. He's looking at Hofstra, Cornell, Lehigh, Edinburgh, West Virginia. And a lot of freestyle. And for other awards, he said, I wrestle, wrestle, and wrestle.
I think we know where he's focused.
Yep. Okay. Okay, we're 140 as we just go out of, nope, now they go out of bounds.
Well, Kingston was in there tough, but again, he's tall. He's a tall wrestler, but he's wrestling a guy, Bernholz, that's got 3-4 inches on him. Just couldn't reel him in before they went out of bounds.
130 left first period.
Well, that's
shot.
a quick move for a big guy. He got in there in a hurry. Bernholz in control, at least position-wise.
Kingston trying to control the head and see if he can garner a stalemate or something. He's got him down low, but he's slowly but surely like a tree. He's going down, down, down.
Climbing every branch.
Yeah, and that's 2 points we had awarded. So Bernholz gets the 2.
He's got the 2, but the official did not call it 2. There it is.
Tight waist. Nice ride by Bernholz. Kingston out of Waverly High School in Section 4. He's a senior, 35-1. 24 pins. Going toward the out of bounds. Bernholz in control. They do go out of bounds. 33 seconds left. Bernholz on top.
Quick move off the bottom by Kingston, but again, I've mentioned several times tonight, the lack of hand control, and it's tough at this level to just stand up. You might be able to get away with it during the dual meet season with not so talented kids, but when you get here, you better have the basics down and take care of business earlier. You're going to be right where he is now on bottom.
Now, he is only down by 2, but Kingston just able to get out here as the so 2-0 as we start second period.
And Bernholz will be on bottom. We'll see what he does on his first move at the whistle. He does something a little different. He just flattens right out.
Yes.
And looks to see what Kingston's going to do. He's real high, but he also has the arm tied up, Kingston does, on the far side, and he's trying to kick the leg down, which he does, but Bernholz is trying to step over. There's a peculiar, now there's a nice power half. He's got the legs in there tight.
Stalemate. Ryan Bernholz still up by 2 out of Mount Sinai High School. That's a good look at Eric Kingston from Waverly. He has not been able to score yet.
Bernholz is having a hard time getting off the bottom. Kingston has the leg in tight. He's riding it good. But he doesn't have any other control. I think he might be in trouble here at the he steps through. Oh, no. Nice counter.
Yeah. Bernholz got that one leg.
And he's got to get that head to the inside or get a good base, which he's trying to. He's trying to get his legs underneath.
So Kingston working, but not able to come up with anything. And
he's just so long. He's given Kingston a lot to worry about, but just not getting up any points yet.
Grabs his thigh, he can't move his leg.
He's got him wrapped up, and there he gave up. I was surprised he gave up. He really wasn't in that bad a position.
No, and that's 4-0 now.
And there's a big tight waist right there. Bernholtz's hand goes all the way around the back of Kingston. No, we haven't seen much tonight, Dale, is there's no tilts from the side.
Yeah.
You know, usually you get a little bit of the freestyle flavor when you get out the side with these. All the arm bars we've seen tonight, I figured there'd be some of these tilts and get those, which I call cheapy back points.
Right. More of the traditional kind of working for a pinning combination as opposed to the, you know, bloop them over, get you two, and let them go back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see, but I'm just surprised.
And that's going to end the second period. 4-0 the lead as Bernholtz and Kingston go to the third. Bernholtz on top by 4 from section 11. Kingston not able to score yet. A lot of time left, but he's on the bottom again, and he has been in that position for a while.
We may have a caution now on Kingston. He's trying to make something happen a little bit before the whistle, but can't blame him. Down 4, 2 minutes to go. He's got the hand control, but he's got to get the leg. And
Potentially dangerous.
Has to move up.
Yeah, the knee. He had Kingston's knee in a tough position, so they Frank Fermano called it right away.
There. Look at that
the right
twist,
knee.
Dale, yeah. Good call. He
Yep.
needs an injury at this point.
Down to 145, and Bernholtz in control.
Kingston with all kinds of, he's going to get the 2, but no back points. Nice elevator. I mean, he just worked the legs to perfection on that, elevating off the side and hand control. And lucky for Bernholtz, he did not stand his back.
Right, yeah.
Back points.
He's down. Kingston's on top, down by 2. He's got to try to get some back points.
Kingston rode very well when he was on top, but he
can't ride.
He needs the back points, and he wasn't able to.
He gets a beneficiary of a warning on the Bernholtz for stalling.
Well, that's going to help him, but he's going to need a couple more calls like that. But now with the legs in, they don't usually call stalling that quickly.
You know, he got a potentially dangerous. He bent the arm up. I think he would have been better off letting Bernholtz try to get out of that, because he probably would have gotten hit with a point. But that all is speculation. Kingston down by 2 is on top and has scored on Bernholtz. But he's got to get some back points, and that could be tough.
See, and this is what Bernholtz does on the bottom. He sits there and waits for you to make a mistake.
Kind of gangles himself.
But now that he has a call stalling, he's going to have to be careful.
He's got 40 seconds, which is a lot of time, especially if somebody hits you early. Right, that's it. They're just going to say, just got hit with a lot of time left. It's 4-3 now.
Saw that now. He's going to try to get up. Now, Kingston isn't really doing much.
No, he's got legs. That'll be potentially dangerous if you can't break him down. Well, now he's broken him down. He's going to hope he gets into this and gets another point for stalling and puts it into sudden death.
I don't think he can do that. See, that's what's going to happen. With the leg in and the
got to use
power
something else.
Yeah, you're just going to sit there. The official's going to give him a shot at turning him, which will take 20 seconds, and we don't have that. We're down to 18.
Bernholtz in a match which he's lost a little bit of control of. He's got to move.
Well, the official's looking for potentially dangerous right now, but Bernholtz is trying to get up. He just can't. It's kind of tough when someone's got your arm.
They're not going to call stalling now. No. Bernholtz is going to win 4-3.
Well, that was a good match.
So Ryan Bernholtz in control early. Eric Kingston gave him a lot of wrestling at the end, and that was a good match. So Ryan Bernholtz from Section 11 defeats Eric Kingston, and we'll return with a special guest right after these important messages.
This time there will be a break. First award for the evening now.
Try to keep things clean.
Why?
Because I said so.
When you fill up with Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline,
Don't bounce the ball off the
you
ceiling.
put years of detergent know-how into your engine.
I just washed the window. Keep your fingers off the glass. This thing looks worse than your room does.
So we can help you clean the inside of your engine as you drive and keep vital parts free from dirt and deposits. Of course, keeping the inside of your car clean, well, we'll have to leave that up to you. Mobile, how can we help you?
The tobacco companies are looking for some fresh new faces.
Let's see how you look when you light the cigarette.
You see, the tobacco companies know once you're hooked, they've probably got a customer for life.
Could you take a drag off the cigarette, please?
The only problem is that smokers don't live too long.
This tastes like crap.
That's why the tobacco companies need you. You're still alive.
You'll get used to it.
Smoking is stupid. You smoke, you die.
You guys be quiet. Hello? Oh my God, you guys, it's Dave. Okay, we'll pick you up in about 15 minutes, okay? Okay, bye. Where are you going? You said you'd watch me. Don't worry, I'll be right back. Just lock the door. I'll be right back. She said she'd be right back, but she never will.
One of the most difficult accomplishments in high school athletic competition is to achieve the title of state champion in the sport of wrestling. The dedication and work ethic required to achieve this goal quickly eliminates many contenders long before the state finals in March. In the 33-year history of the competition, only 9 young men have accomplished this amazing feat of winning the championship 3 times. John Cardi is one such athlete, having won 3 consecutive titles beginning in 1981, along with the title of the most outstanding wrestler in 1982. Today, John is visiting Syracuse to enjoy the competition, and he stopped by to visit us.
And we are back at the War Memorial. We have a slight break in the action. We promised you a guest, and one of the men we've been talking about, John Cardi. And John Cardi is with me today. And one of the things, John, people might want to know what you've been up to since you won those 3 New York State Wrestling Championships.
Well, after I finished up at Burn Hills, I continued my wrestling career down at North Carolina University. And now I'm with Mobil Oil for the last 5 years.
Speaking of Mobil Oil, how about the time of wrestling? We'd really appreciate what Mobil and you have done for this broadcast. How did Mobil get involved?
Well, I'm lucky enough at this point to be able to give something back to the sport, and in a position that I can make some decisions to help out a little bit and have this production taken care of.
Well, you know, John Janiak and I, John's here with us also, and John and I were talking a little bit about you being a 3-time state champion. Do you think that sometime there will be a 4-time state champ? We see guys in 8th grade who look tremendous out here.
Well, I'll tell you, it's quite possible, but on any given day, each one of these top 6 guys could be a state champion, and it's very difficult to peak 4 times in a row.
That's right, Dale. I think even though kids have a shot at it, the talent out there is getting even better, so it's tough to repeat, as we've seen today.
Right, we said that a couple of guys got knocked off on the way in. The thing that amazes me is the maturity level of an 8th grade. I mean, I remember when I was in 8th grade, I don't think I could have come out in a situation and performed so well that these kids did. Does that amaze you too?
Well, the grassroots program, if you really take a look at wrestling, they start off at 6 and 7 years old, and they learn how to win. And by the time they're 8th graders, they're very conditioned to do that. And they do real well here at the state tournament.
But we read a quote here from one of these guys, and they said, well, what else do you do? What else are you involved in? He said, I wrestle, and wrestle. Is that what you need to do to be good in this? I mean, I know you guys had a wrestling club out at Burn Hills. Is that the way you need to get into the sport if you want to be the best?
Well, I think that it's really important to have a diverse background in athletics coming up through as you're growing up. And as I did my junior and senior year, I specified only in that, but I had done a couple of sports during that whole time too. It's very difficult. You wind up getting burnt out in a short period of time. I wrestled, for 6 years in a row without a break at all through the summers. And it's difficult to do.
Now they're getting kids now to kind of concentrate soccer or any sport if you want to be really good at it. And that is one of the things you kind of lose that. But I think especially in wrestling, you look at 8th graders, it's got to be something where you have to really dedicate yourself. It's not just, John and I talked a little bit about where you used to go out for football and you go out for wrestling. And the seasons have all kind of gone together. And if you're going to be a good wrestler or a good football player, you have to spend a lot more time at it than you used to.
Well, with the cost of education today, it's really important, I think, to focus in as you get to that senior year and really concentrate on one sport. And if you're fortunate enough to get a scholarship, these days it's worth $50,000 to $60,000.
Yeah. What about your opinion so far? What do you think of the tournament so far?
It's been outstanding. A lot of good talent. A lot of strong wrestlebacks this afternoon, and the finals have been
exciting thus far.
Well, we talked about no big names, but you and I were talking before we came on. Some of these guys are making a name for themselves this year, and they will be back next year.
There's a lot of kids up and down the roster that are underclassmen, and next year should have some great talent here.
Well, John Cardi, thanks for being with us, and thank you to Mobile Oil for being such a big help to us.
Thanks, John.
So, all right, we'll be right back with the next bout right after this.
At Mobile, we can help you fill up fast by paying right at the pump.
Wedding.
With more credit and ATM cards than any other station.
Best man.
So you can pull up, pump up, pay up, and still get to the church on time. Mobile. How can we help you?
Man, sometimes it's easy to get a huge case of brain overload from the extreme amount of stuff you gotta deal with. And hey, everybody's smoking, right? Wrong. Fact is less than 2 out of 10 teens smoke. And you know what smoking does for them. And check this. Smokers spend about 700 bills a year on cigarettes. That same cash will get you a lot of cool stuff, Jack. So take the load off your brain. Because when it comes to smoking, you're too smart to stop.
We're back, and outside the War Memorial is looking a little snowy, a little cold, but it is Syracuse, it is March, and that's the way it is. Inside it's nice and warm, lots of action, lots of good wrestling, and you can see the breaking down the award ceremony they did, and we're back to the 138-pound bouts, and there's Stan Green out of VVS in Section 3, Verona High School, kind of a sleeper, not expected to do much. But as John Janiak pointed out, when you get up to this level, you got to be prepared to go against guys who are going to do things like that. And his opponent, Griff Powell, one of the favorites, he was second at 132 last year from Suffern, got to be the favorite in this particular field. But Stan Green, kind of a surprise from Section 3, the local area. He's going to get a chance to make a name for himself. He's a junior, as is Powell. So 2 juniors, 138 pounds. As we said, Griff Powell in the light blue from Section 1 is a return from last year where he was the runner-up at 132.
And they go out of bounds, a little tentative right now, but I think we're going to jump right into it.
Powell undefeated, 138-12 overall, 44-0 at this point in the season. That's magnificent for a junior. He's trying to control ahead of Stan Green. Green 28-4, and he's going to give up 2 right now. Yes, he does.
Yeah, Green has his hands filled. First of all, he has to get over the nervousness of being in the state finals first time ever because Powell's been here before. He knows what it's all about, and he is very tough.
Yeah, most of the people will tell you that he was the favorite coming in, one of the favorites. But Stan Green, a sleeper, has done very well. He's down 2-0 in this final, the championship match. That's always nice to see that happen, though. I mean, you don't want to see anybody that's not supposed to, or somebody who's not supposed to lose, but that's what happens, and that's what happens sometimes when you start to make a name for yourself. We talked with John Cardi briefly, and he said, this field is full of, a lot of no names, but next year it'll be full of guys that everybody remembers from this year. So right now, Griff Powell from Suffern is working on another takedown. He gave up one in escape, and he's not gotten anything at this point.
He's in deep, but they're also close to the out of bounds. And Green has, I think, a lock around the waist, and he's holding on for dear life.
Well, they get a stalemate call, and they'll go back to the center. Our officials, Bob Alanito and Mike Giagos as the assistant. And we got a little time here.
Powell's been flexing his leg. Something's wrong with his knee. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe
might be
they
one
were
of those
locked
cramps
up.
we talked about. He just he's kind of
Green out of VBS, Vernon Verona Sherrill High School. Right down the thruway from the War Memorial. 10 seconds in the period left. 2-1 the lead for Griff Powell. Griff shoots.
He shot in nice and quick, Dale, but the head to the outside ended up with no points. Went out of bounds. 1 second.
1 second. That's going to do it first period. So Griff Powell up by 1, 2-1 over Stan Green from Section 3. Here's a good look at Green. So Green down. Powell on top. Let's see what kind of a move Stan Green gets from the bottom.
He tries to stand up, but Paul grabbed his right wrist, brought him to the mat. Good tight waist. Keeping the pressure on him good. He's got the leg in there. He's got an arm pinched off. Although he's not working for the pin, he's controlling Green pretty well at this point, but Green with hand control. Nice move.
Green ties it up, 2-2.
Just gets his hips out, gets the 1 point.
Taking his time, Stan Green. Doesn't appear to be nervous. He's had a couple days to work it off. They're going to warn him for backing up, though, so Green is going to get warned for backing off.
Yeah, although he hasn't shot, he's standing flat-footed and backing up on every shot.
Yeah,
and you know, the officials take notice.
And they already took notice and gave him a warning for stalling, so he's going to have to. Yeah. Oh, he just pushed him there. That's not a stall. So Griff Powell being aggressive. Watch what he does.
Powell's got to be careful too.
Yeah.
That he doesn't make it look like a deliberate push out of bounds.
It seemed to me, you know, it's very difficult, but you really can't change your style much from when you get here. You know, you may be up against a guy who's tougher than anybody else, but gee, if you're working a single leg all year, then I think you got to go for your single leg. You can't adjust much.
There's no doubt about it. Some of the greatest wrestlers in the world will hit the same move every time. The problem is they get it better percentages, no matter who they're wrestling, and it holds true here too. You go with the singles, the doubles. And speaking of singles,
yeah, Stan Green just got well, he hasn't gotten taken down yet, but Griff Powell was in very deep, and that's he's going to try to keep working.
He's got a hand in. It's just a kind of a futile attempt. There's a 2 point. There's control
right there. Yeah, 10 seconds left. So Griff Powell now up by 2, 4-2. Stan Green wants to stay off his back, and he does. That's going to end second period. So it's 4-2. A 2-point lead for Powell, who, as we said, second last year at 132. Pretty experienced, and he's back, and we'll get a chance to look at this.
A step over right there by Powell, and Green isn't giving up. You see that hand in the crotch hit is giving the official.
Yeah, I'm still holding him. He doesn't quite have control yet. He hasn't reversed it. We're back to live action as Powell stands up quickly, and Green brings him down.
He brings him down, and his head goes down too over his eyes, which has got to hinder his ability to wrestle. And he gives up right now.
6-2 as Stan Green now trying to fix his headgear. You might as well just take it off.
Well, the officials won't stop it because the leg is it's almost a pinning position. If they come back to the base, they'll stop it so he can adjust his headgear.
Yeah. Well, headgear really kind of caused a problem for Stan Green.
I thought it did earlier. He kind of bailed out, and I think that was part of the problem. Look, he's a little nervous.
Caused a stalemate. That headgear is awful. It went down very, very quickly.
I noticed in the lighter weights they had a new style. I don't know, it stayed on better. I haven't seen it before. The design, it was kind of marbled looking, and
they used to have those fabric ones. I haven't seen those in a while. There's ones with this double top right there, as you can see, doesn't really seem to do much, but Green, nice
crowd here. First couple days they had to be at the On Center. There was something here at the War Memorial, a hockey game, but they always fill the place for the New York State Wrestling Championships. And once again this year, there's not many places you can't see fans, so they're enjoying this 138-pound Powell on top by 4, 6-2 over kind of unheralded Stan Green from VBS in Section 3, a junior who really perhaps was not supposed to be in the finals, but he is, and he's done a good job. He's down by 4 at this point with about 45 seconds left right now, and you can see the arm control by Griff Powell.
Powell's just riding nicely here. Again, he doesn't have to work for the pin because he looks like he's doing a good job up top.
Right.
And that's all the official cares. There's tight waist.
Kind of a work.
Or was I wrong?
Yeah, no, he's going to. Griff Powell was, the ankle and the tight waist, but he didn't look like he was doing a heck of a lot.
Yeah, he didn't fool him for very long.
So he's been warned, but I don't know, 33 seconds left. It's not, I think, with a 4-point lead, going to be a.
No, and if he breaks him down, he'll probably get that arm bar working again, and
Stan Green
sitting pretty.
Tried to a little desperation move there, but
yeah.
If you lose by 1 or you lose by 100, it doesn't make a lot of difference. And Green tried to kick through and get something happen. It didn't work. 15 seconds left.
Well, he hasn't stopped, which I like to see. He's still fighting.
Yep. 10 seconds left. Griff Powell from Suffern High School in Suffern, New York, Section 1, will be able to call himself state champ. But Stan Green, who's been hustling from Section 3, needs a miracle. Needs a 5-point move is what he needs. And he's going to try it. He's trying to roll.
He's trying to roll through, and it's not going to happen.
Nope. Nice job by Griff Powell and also by Stan Green. So Griff Powell, who was second last year, 132 as a sophomore, wins it this year as a junior, and he defeats Stan Green 6-2. So that's it. That's your champ for 138 pounds. Griff Powell from Suffern High School. Move up to 145 pounds. And we've got Pat Clancy from Section 7 out of Saranac. Kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of guys from Section 7 in the finals, but that's a good look at Clancy. 29-1, 143-26 overall. He's looking at Syracuse and Hofstra. He's a silver medalist from the Empire State Games. There's Ian Kaplan from Southside High School in Rockville Center out of Section 8. He's 36-0. He's undefeated, so this should be interesting. He's also captain of the tennis team. That's a nice combination, wrestling and tennis.
That might be the first. We've had golfers in wrestling, which I thought was highly speculative right there, but now we have tennis. Shows that he's
diverse.
Very diverse. Tennis is a tough sport.
Both guys seniors, by the way, and Kaplan, out of his 36 wins, 30 are pins, which is impressive. Right away, he goes after Clancy.
Well, we're starting to get to these weight classes, Dale. They dropped about a foot in height, and we're starting to get the wider
it's
shoulders.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, right.
And, bigger bulging arms and stuff. These kids are cut. They're
the 91-pounders look taller than these guys.
No doubt, they are. These kids look in great shape, and
this is the 145-pound weight class, and it's very competitive, I would say. Not that the others aren't, but it's got to be one of the toughest weight classes year in and year out. And right now, Clancy and Kaplan, nothing. Both guys working hard. Kaplan, I should say, out of Section 8, Southside High School in Rockville Center. Clancy from Saranac and Saranac High School. He's the treasurer of the French Club, by the way. Another thing, you never saw a lot of wrestlers in the French Club.
No, there's a lot of firsts this year.
Section 7 versus Section 8. 45 seconds left, no score. Both guys strong, as you said, John. Shoulders a little broader, arms a little bigger.
And that happens. You get guys not working as hard at first, but Clancy right there.
He scores first. Nice takedown. Yeah, he's a little shorter, but he He stayed after that. He got the leg and just stayed very aggressive and got the 2 points. But now he's got to keep Kaplan down. Kaplan ripping the hands off, trying to get
Clancy has to bring him
Clancy,
to that.
yeah, nice scoop there with his leg, brought him down.
Good trip, in control with 5 seconds left, but they're close to out of bounds.
This looks like a strategy match to me. Right now, the 2 will go to Clancy. And it'll be Kaplan's choice, however. Kaplan is going to defer. You see the Nassau on the front of Kaplan's singlet. That's Nassau County. And there's the takedown right there, where he just
that was
pinned
quick.
that leg. Yeah.
He had the single picked off and came up to a tight waist, and Kaplan didn't have time to throw a whizzer. It was that fast.
And he's going to let him up. So Kaplan gives up a point. That's now 3-0.
Well, you mentioned there should be some strategy in this match, and anytime you're up on top and you let the guy go, you better be good on your feet.
And
it's going to be a long match.
He went after Clancy. Now he's got Clancy's leg. Clancy fights his way out. His coach to the right, you can't see him, but agitated, because I think that's exactly what he wanted to do, is get that leg. But Clancy from Cernak was able to get it out. Hey. So Kaplan
picked the leg nice, but didn't do anything with it.
And gave up a point.
And now he's trying a Russian 2-on-1. An old expression on there, just grabbing the arm to the side. He can do a shrug or a trip, or even come in with a barrel roll from it. But I don't see many high school kids doing that. They just do it for control for a minute, find out what they're going to do.
Kaplan taps, goes down. Clancy. And hear his coach in the background, Ian Kaplan's coach. And Clancy took a thumb in the eye. And he's going to take a... So, they're going to give Clancy a couple of seconds to get his eye problem straightened out. He's up by 3 as you're looking at Pat Clancy.
Now they seem to be working on the headgear. Dale as well, taping it up. Make
sure
yeah, maybe, yeah. It doesn't drop down like it did in Green's head earlier in the match prior to this.
There they go. Yeah, they took put a little tuck in that.
Maybe the headgear came down and rubbed him in the eye, too. Hard to tell you.
Okay, set to go. 1 minute left right now in the second period. 3-0 lead by Pat Clancy over Ian Kaplan.
Well, Clancy's going to have to shoot, and there he did half-heartedly, but it was a good attempt anyways, because he hasn't this whole period, and the officials were taking notice on that.
Got a pretty well-taped hand there on Kaplan on his right hand with a thumb. At this point in the season, probably got a lot of jammed thumbs and bruises and back burns.
Probably a tennis injury.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Overhand slam shot to that.
Both guys are seniors. Clancy looking at Syracuse, Hofstra, and Michigan State. Ooh. As Clancy had to react quickly after Kaplan shot. Both guys picked the action up a little bit in the takedown department. Shoot and reshoot down to 10 seconds or so in this second period. Score has not changed at this point. Kaplan down by 3 from Rockville Center, Southside High School, and that's going to it's going to end second period.
Yeah, Clancy will stay in those positions. Being up 3-0, he has no reason to move. So Kaplan's going to have to pick up the action a little bit here. Get the escape, maybe a takedown, tie it up.
Didn't mention our officials. Wayne Carroll is the head official, Marshall Schlossberg the assistant. And the second period, or the third period, starts with an escape attempt by Kaplan and a breakdown by Clancy. And out of bounds they go. Oh, we got a, nope. Thought there was a warning or something. Nope.
What's that, Cap? What's that?
Another stand up, but he's leaving that ankle back, and Clancy's nice trip with control. No control there, though. Nice hand control by Kaplan.
So that's going to be a 1, 3-1 now. Neither of these guys were really mentioned as a real candidate for the 45-pound championship. So Eric Rogie was, and these guys lost semifinal bouts. So It's Clancy and Kaplan, as we mentioned at the top of the show. Some of the mighty had fallen on the way up. And Clancy's had a problem with that left eye. And he's complaining about the headgear. Maybe going in his eye. He is upset. And he's got 1 minute and 20-some seconds left to control Ian Kaplan. 3-1 is the score. Kaplan down, but perhaps controlling a little bit of the action in this last period.
See the coach is giving him all kinds of information.
Yeah.
He nods his head, goes out and says, now what?
Yeah, I'm going to do what I want to do.
And he knows what he has to do, and we'll see if he can pull it off. Clancy's tough, though, and up by 2. I can see where they could have some problems. You see their heads are bopping each other pretty good in there. It's almost like a Greco-Roman match. Lucky they're wearing headgear, they'll have cauliflower ears.
Yeah. Oh, nice little. Kaplan appears to be.
Well, he's going to.
Oh, he's got a nice move.
Clancy just stood there and let it happen, slowly develop, but he may be. Oh, great count in the last second.
Whoa! I thought Kaplan had him there. That was a great sequence of Clancy. You're right, Clancy let him happen.
I think the official was just about ready to give it to him, but boom, right there.
He just turned and got out of bounds. And we're back to live action right now as Kaplan shot and Clancy sprawled, but we're going to call my
right there.
That was no doubt about that. Yeah, no doubt about that.
He's not shooting.
No, and now he's thinking about something, and he's got to just go ahead and do what he had to do, and that's wrestle. He's got 40 seconds left.
Yeah, he's getting on a bicycle, Dale. He's just trying to coast on the victory, and he can't do that in the state finals. Going to get 1 point.
Yeah. Another timeout. I don't know what the problem is. Let's.
I'm not sure either. He's frustrated. That's one thing, but. And I think his time's going to be running out. He's going to have to keep wrestling.
Well, he's got a 1-point lead, and Ian Kaplan out of Rockville Center in Section 8 is he's pacing the mat. If you can get another camera shot there, you get a shot of this Kaplan. He's just he's getting the old adrenaline up.
Absolutely, and I think the momentum has shifted, and Clancy feels it right now. He's just trying to stop it any way possible.
So it's 3-2. Clancy's up by 1, and he's up against a very tough Ian Kaplan. He shoots. He's been giving up one for 12. Same thing he did before. There he did that. That's 4 now. 4-3 for Kaplan.
Clancy's got to get out. He's trying to roll through, and he does. Is he going to get the reversal, Dale? He's on top. He does with 15 seconds. Great turn of events. Now Kaplan trying a little. No, he gave up. He's going to try to roll through to Granby, but
no, that's going to be 5-4. Yeah, Clancy is going to do it. Pat Clancy fought off a very tough Ian Kaplan from Section 8, and it could have gone either way, and Kaplan just couldn't get another point, and Pat Clancy is going to hold him off for a 5-4 win. So Pat Clancy, the winner at 145 pounds.
Little mistake there.
Winner at 145 pounds. Yeah.
Pat Clancy almost saw his championship go the other direction, but a great bout. Should get a flurry here right now. Clancy just got the takedown, and I believe went up on top 5-4, and he's going to ride it out for the victory here. And there it is.
Looked like he might get out, but we move right on. Chris Rogie out of Beaver River in Section 3, a senior, 41-0 against Bill Payne. And people say this is going to be a great bout. Payne is very tough. Rogie is very tough. Payne's 39-1. People have been talking about this as one of the premier bouts of the evening. So Rogie against Payne. Payne from 5. Rogie from 3, Section 3. And you check out the little top knot there on Bill Payne out of Geneva High School. John, you ought to do something like that. Might help business.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like his headgear, too. We were talking about some of the problems they have with the headgear, and he's got that soft cotton stuff, and that's not going to slip down, hurt anybody. He does look very imposing.
Very focused. Bill Payne, 39-1.
We need the green anklet.
And they do not have the green anklet. The last wrestler ran off with the anklet. And it just tells you, well, you guys got the red on. Just go with the other one.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Took your cue again. I like that, Dale.
All right, the guy in the red anklet is Bill Payne. And Rogie out of Beaver River, one of the smaller schools in Section 3, but what a lot of wrestling talent and tradition they have up there. A lot of action.
That was a nice shrug to the left side, but Payne, quick and strong, fought it off.
He tried for the single, and Rogie sprawled, and this looks like it's going to be wild and woolly. Payne got a little bit of a tattoo there on the right ankle. Out of Geneva High School. So they go back to the center. 1:08 left in the first period. Another one of those weight classes, 55, very competitive at the state level. You see Payne trying to bring him down. Both guys, a little bit of muscle here.
Well, there's that shrug again.
Yeah.
And it's not working. Maybe later on, third period, you might be able to do that, but when you're both fresh, it's tough to hit that move. Payne is solid. He's just good balance, not getting stretched out. And you need a wrestler to get stretched out to make that work. Right now, it could work. Rogie could hit it. But Payne hits it, and he doesn't get the 2 yet, but the official's going to call it. Yes, they do.
2.
Now Rogie up and out. Quick call, but it was the right call.
Payne, by the way, has won the Empire State Games 3 times. Gold medal winner, so he is tough. Also toured Italy with a wrestling team in 1995, so in other sports, he says, I just wrestle all the time. And Bill Payne up by 1. Five seconds left, first period. That's going to do it. So a 2-1 lead for Payne. He's going to take a little, he's got to spit, which he does. This is the one they were talking about, along with a 215-pound bout, which we'll talk about a little bit before we get up there, as probably 2 of the premier bouts that people wanted to see. Of course, they watch them all here at the War Memorial. But this is the one, well, it was a local kid here, Rogie from Section 3, and Payne, very tough guy. He's going to give up 1. Oh, he's going to give up 2.
He's going to give 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
a
tried that headlock, another slip. But contribute that to Rogie because he just has great balance. Knew it was coming, popped his head back and out.
That's 4-2 now. Rogie's ahead quickly.
Things change.
Yeah, he got the escape and then he got the takedown. So, oh, nice. Boy, that switch really moves when Payne throws it, doesn't it?
Payne threw that from left field and it had it going fast.
I don't
Rogie
think you even want to try. Yeah, you wouldn't even want to try to have a tight waist. He'd break your arm.
That's just it. And I think Rogie did the right thing. Give up the point.
So it's 4-3. Nice move. Speed reaction by Rogie, but power by Payne. This is an interesting matchup, and I can see why everyone was looking forward to this. Ooh, nice move. Takedown. Not yet.
Nope, out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds.
Point. Good call by the official. Zeman.
And it was very close, but it was, you're right, John, it was a good call, supporting points. Both wrestlers right there.
Payne will step
the knee,
out.
right there. The knee went out, and he did not have control.
He could have kept that leg in, it would have been 2.
Right. So it stays 4-3 in favor of Chris Rogie. A lot of action in this. Oh, nice strength, nice speed.
That's that move.
Speed
the first period I said would work in the third, but here it is in the second. Got him stretched out, a little tired, boom. Great shrug,
Boy, that was fast, wasn't it? That shrug and went by. So now we got Payne on the bottom. Rogie working on top. Goes for the far arm. Doesn't, you know, when he senses his weight being shifted, he adjusts very well, I think. He's got great balance.
There's a great switch again, and it was very slow, but just powerful, and Rogie had to let him go.
Yep.
Better to give up 1 than 2.
6-4, and this is a great bout. 4 seconds left in the second period. I don't think you're going to see anybody shoot anything, and they don't. They know exactly how much time is left. So Rogie up by 2. Payne from Section 5, Geneva High School. Tough on the bottom. Let's see what happens.
Well, we've seen him hit that switch twice, and he's gotten...
That's the toughest switch I think I've seen. Whoa.
Yeah, he throws it with a lot of authority and power. And it's pretty quick.
Takes his time on the bottom, gets that leg way underneath him.
Well, you know it's coming, too.
Yeah.
If he can just get out to the outside, you know that switch is coming.
Extremely powerful, 155 pounds. Cross-faced by Rogie.
Rogie knows that, too.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to try to do. If he can tie up that side, he's in good shape.
Yeah, got to control that arm.
But he also has to work for the pin.
He's got the half. Roll through, trying to roll him.
This kid's tough. You better... I wouldn't want to get too far out. Gene Mills can throw a standing half like that, but this kid might be able to break your arm just by bringing his arm down.
Now, Rogie's doing what he has to do to move on top, and
yeah,
he's got the half, and you know he's a smart wrestler, this Rogie.
And Payne isn't really trying to get off the bottom either.
No,
he's picking a hand, but
his time.
He's looking at the official right now, trying to get a
trying to get a stall
pity
call.
points.
He's going to call him. He's going to warn.
Not the way he really wanted that call to go, but there's that switch again.
There's the switch, and he
gets the 1 point.
He also was warned for stalling. And his mouth is bleeding.
He's either
they're not
thirsty or something. I'm not sure. There's that switch again, Dale.
Yeah.
Again, look at that. Just the kid is so cut and strong that Rogie cannot hold on to him, which is smart. You give up the 1 point, as I said. Here we're going to take another look at it. Ba-boom. Right there.
That's a power
Rogie
switch.
gives it up.
He's up by 1, 6-5. Rogie ahead. $50 seconds now left in this bout. I think it's going to come down to the last second.
That's just it.
Payne and Rogie.
That guy's still in pretty good shape, though, Dale, for strong kids and a lot of, when you use muscle on muscle, you get tired. Rogie tried that.
Fighting.
I'll tell you, that's too bad. He got caught. He tried that shrug and got caught underneath.
7-6. Rogie's down by 1.
A lot of time left, though. I don't think it's going to end like this.
29 seconds. You see him right there. He just gets a leg caught underneath him, and
looked like his right leg was across the outside, and it's tough to shrug across your body that way.
28 seconds, counting.
Rogie with a switch. Payne holding on. Rogie standing up, trying to pick
20 seconds.
Uh-oh. Yep, Rogie. He's got to get hand control, get up and out.
Down to
13.
12.
He's got to be careful. There's a switch right there, Dale. But Payne picked the other arm. He's got the, again, there it is. He's got the point.
5, 4, 3, 2.
But he got the takedown, too. Just a great turn of events right there at the end.
9-8 or 9-8, I believe it's going to be.
Not sure the score, but Payne has come from 1 point down. We're actually tied to win it. Super bout, Dale. Look at right here. He's got the 1 point, but Payne does not stop. He just keeps moving his feet behind and scoots behind for the 2-point victory. And right there, if it didn't stop, he might have got back points.
Well, Chris Rogie, a guy who has now lost his first one, tremendous bout as Bill Payne, just tough, using a power switch. He used it 3 times. It paid off every time. So we're going to move to 167, Section 3. Another guy, Mike Kitts out of Fulton High School, 39-1 against Rob Padilla out of Section 9. That's Padilla right there. Padilla 38-2. So we move right along. 167 pounds.
Section 9,
Mike Kitts, an all-state football player. And Padilla, not mentioned in the early look, as a guy who would be in the finals. I think they expected Kitts to be here. And we shall see. Kitts, football players. We said an all-state football player. And Padilla out of Newburgh, senior wrestler and also a football player.
167 pounds.
Padilla trying to tie up the arms of Kitts. He's got both of them. I don't know what he's working. Maybe a trip in here, and there he goes for a very slow trip to the outside. Got him wrapped up tight. Can't do anything with it.
Section 9 is where Padilla's from, Newburgh, New York. Fulton is the home of Mike Kitts. Fulton High School, one of the premier programs in Central New York, and they go out of bounds. As it looked like Kitts was in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Padilla with the upper body is looking pretty good. He tried a double underhook, and he was looking for a bear hug to maybe trip Kitts, but the out of bounds came sooner than he thought. Real good control with that upper body, but just not scoring any points yet.
Looking to kick a supporting leg out there, it looks like, as
I think Kitts would like to shoot underneath, but he's a little bit afraid here. Look at the underhooks. He's grabbing them up.
Strong. This kid Padilla is strong.
Look out for that hip toss right there, but Kitts tries desperation. Couldn't hang on. 2 points.
So 2-0 in favor of Rob Padilla from Section 9.
I don't think Kitts wants to go upper body with this kid.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
any indication the first minute and a couple seconds. Go back to the basics, like you mentioned earlier, what got you here, and I don't think going against someone's strengths was it.
Well, Padilla brings him down. Kitts up quickly. Looked like he had the hand control off, but a lot of strength in Padilla brought him back down. Just about 30 seconds left in this first period.
There we go with one of those tilts I mentioned earlier. He's out the side, but he doesn't have the legs working properly. He's not going to get any points.
Now he goes for a legs.
He's got both of them in, Dale.
Yeah, looking for a half.
Something to
looking to ride out the rest of the period, I think. And that's exactly what's going to happen as this first period is going to come to an end with a 2-0 advantage for Rob Padilla out of Newburgh, Section 9.
Kitts is going to defer the second or this period. And Padilla chooses bottom.
Second period just underway. Padilla very strong. Boy, he's tough. He just got rid of those hands, and he's very aggressive too, John. Right back at it.
Yeah, he's not going to sit on a 3-0 lead. It seems like he's going for for everything. His last shot, senior. Kitts in there. There's a double leg now. But Padilla just so strong now. Who's going to come out on top of this?
Headlock.
They don't go out of bounds.
They're going to go out.
No control.
Yeah, no control. He had Padilla in trouble. Padilla countered, got that headlock, and just...
I think that's what Kitts has to do is work on the legs. He can't stay upper body with this kid. Look at that. Padilla just throws him, and now it's a scramble.
Yep.
Kitts looks like he's in control, but no points. Now Kitts down in for a single. Padilla just fights it off.
Padilla likes to tie up the arms and go for that trip.
He does, and I tell you, if he locks an under and overhook, I think he could launch Kitts, and I know he doesn't want to go that way.
Mike Kitts from Fulton High School in Section 3, down by 3-0, has not been able to score, and now he's down by 5-0, having real problems with Rob Padilla from Section 9.
I don't know if he's wrestled anybody with this power that Padilla has upper body. It's frustrating if you can't get your wrestling style going.
Yeah, you got a good shot there of Padilla's.
See, I mean, he just has an arm. He just drags him down.
And he just collapsed on him and spun, yeah. And now he's doing the same thing again. He's got the arms tied up. Now he's got the leg. Now he's going to trip.
He's trying to trip. Kitts fighting off great. That
Kitts
was nice
did a good
move.
job. Kitts gets a point there. So it'll be up on their feet, 5-1. Kitts goes, he's got to move now. He's 40 seconds left. Now he's got Padilla in trouble.
That was a nice takedown. He broadcast a little bit, but
followed through with it.
That's it. Didn't stop this time. Padilla couldn't get the arms underneath to stop him.
5'3", I'm telling you, it's hard to hold Padilla down.
No, you have to have a couple other sets of hands to help out, and that's not going to happen.
Of course, this isn't a tag team.
That might come into next year, but they're talking about it.
But I tell you, he could use somebody else. Padilla he is very strong, and Kid's doing a good job, but he's not able to hold him after he took him down and then couldn't hold him.
No, and there, look at that upper body.
Shrug up, and
Kitts is just dancing. But he doesn't finish off, and I'll tell you.
Kitts got him in trouble, but they're out of bounds again. He caught Padilla's head.
Yeah, the call could have went either way at that point.
There was the shrug with the hands lock, but watch what happens. So it looks like he's in trouble, but Padilla gets thrown by Kitts at the last second, but they're out of bounds, so they can't score any points. Maybe do a little something psychologically as the third period starts, but Kitts has got to garner a lot of points from the bottom. He's got to get out, or he's got to get a reverse and then get some back points, or get the escape and the takedown to tie it up.
He's going to have to get out right away. Well, you don't want to get caught there.
No.
If you don't hit your switch, you got to bail out early.
His headgear up over his eyes too. That's
yeah. You don't want to give away 2 back points with a.
Oh, no, he's just going to stretch him out with the legs, and he's going to ride this until they tell him to stop. Right, and that didn't take too long. Stalemate. So Kitts gets a stalemate call and gets to adjust his headgear, and now he's got to get back. His coach Connor is in his corner giving him advice.
Yeah, has the leg in now.
He just went out. What's he doing though? That can't last forever.
No, not at all. But you know, it's eating up the time.
Yeah.
Now, Kitts with
Kitts reversal.
He hit that fine.
Big reversal. That's right. Let him up because you're not going to do anything the other way.
Smart wrestling.
Yes.
He's got the takedown again.
This Padilla looks a little tired.
You're absolutely right, Dale.
He's on top.
It is 7-7, and Kitts will be on top in position.
Yep. And Kitts is going to call a timeout. Watch, he goes down. Padilla tried to react, but not enough, and he collapsed, pinioned his ankle.
Kept driving with those legs, Dale, too. Got the 2.
Get another look at it here. You can see that Padilla has generally been able to fight those off. He spins, but look, he's got the knee, and watch his ankle. Eventually, the ankle just right there. He stretches him out.
That's right, Dale. He covered 2 parts of the mat here to get the takedown, but it was worth it. Puts him in a tied position, 45 seconds left.
7-7, and he's in the top position. He wants to know whether he should let him up or not.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it is a tough call.
But he is going to get into position and let Padilla up and go for the takedown.
Okay. So it's 2-1. Now, excuse me, it's 8-7. He's looking for a 2-for-1 is what I meant to say.
Yep.
Hoping to give 1 up to get 2 and win at 9-8. Are they going to go out of bounds? 30 seconds, reset, 31 seconds.
The out of bounds can be your friend sometimes.
So if Kitts can take him down, Kitts can win.
Kitts has to do what he did earlier, Dale, and that is attack the leg. Stay away from the upper body.
Yeah, don't get involved in that upper body. He goes down low.
Now get out. Don't
you
mess
can't
with him
fool
up.
around
Because this is where he's good, and this is what got him up to 7 points. Kitts, see, that's it. Drive in.
Oh, you can't lay there too long. You might as well go out of bounds.
There's a stalling call, which is good, but time's running out. I think Kitts has to shoot 3-4 times here. Just keep shooting.
Yeah, he's got to keep shooting. Maybe he can get a stalling call.
But he has to take a good shot, too. Stay on upper body. That's what Padilla wants you to do.
9 seconds. 8, 7. 7 seconds. 6, 5.
Oh, nice throw. That is just beautiful.
Yes, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Padilla never saw it come, Dale. That was just incredible.
In the last couple of seconds, unbelievable. Mike Kitts is going to give Coach Connor, Mike Connor, misses. Wins in the last 2 seconds, 3 seconds maybe.
I'm speechless. That was just the prettiest throw I've seen in a long time.
One of the best I've seen in the States in a long time. And you don't have time to worry about it because we move on to another great bout, 177 pounds. We'll be up with that 177 pounds right after this.
Stop. We are out of here.
At Mobile, we accept more credit and ATM cards than any other station, with no extra cost. Which means we'll take just about any card you might have.
What did you do?
Or have left.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Take this?
Sure, no problem.
Oh, great.
We take almost everything.
Would you take a dog?
Mobile. How can we help you?
Your breath is as sweet as the morning dew.
Well, your breath smells like the bottom of a tar pit.
Your soft sighs caress me like the warm summer winds.
I feel like I'm sucking on an exhaust pipe.
Kiss me, you fool.
How about a hickey?
All right, we're back, 177 pounds. Pat Popolizio from Section 2, Juan Culver from Section 4. Excuse me, Section 8.
Section 8. And the place is buzzing right now, Dale. We'll see what these guys can do.
Well, Popolizio is 39-0, and the guy who was favored to win at 177 pounds, Julian Culver out of Freeport High School in Section 8, Nassau County, is 27-0, undefeated, also an all-state football player. So, two good athletes going at it. Julian Culver, 21-0, coming in, is now 27-0. So, it should be interesting. Schenectady is the home of Popolizio, and he was the guy that we talked about that took second last year. He's back this year. Oh!
That's right, and there's this slam. Looks like Popolizio is knocked out.
He really went down hard. He didn't move. Juan Culver, Julian Culver.
He hit right on the back of his head and his shoulders. And you're going to see this right now, Dale.
Watch, right
Boom.
there.
And thank goodness you have a nice cushy mat, or that could be a lot more trouble than I think it is.
Julian Culver out of Freeport High School just didn't look like he meant to do that. He elevated him at the last minute, and he really hit hard, and that appeared to be a slam, which if Popolizio cannot recover.
Well, actually, they gave him 5 points on the move, so it was a legal takedown with back points, but the official decided that he was hurt and stopped the match instead of the pin.
Oh, he doesn't look good.
No, he looks a little dazed.
Popolizio does not look good.
I think he's looking for his ticket. See what seat he's in.
Julian Culver. I don't really think he can go on. I don't know. No.
Well, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. You can see him go up in the air. Oh yeah, he had his knee down. It was
controlled.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of power. I mean, these kids, you know, they're big kids and they're strong.
Popolizio, they're going to give him. He's going to take as much time as he can.
It's a standing 8 count in wrestling. We're going to see if he's okay.
39-0, Popolizio out of Niskayuna High School in Schenectady. So 5 points by Julian Culver. So Popolizio, with just 37 seconds gone, is on the bottom.
Well, the good news is he's all right. The bad news is he's down by 5 points.
Right.
But he's a tough competitor, and like you say, he was the favorite coming in, and I think this match is far from over.
So it's now 5-1. I know Culver thought immediately that perhaps I don't think he thought he slammed him or did anything illegal, but you know, it's always close. And looking at the replay, you can see he didn't, and he's doing the same thing again.
Culver's in there tight again, and he's another guy you don't want to mess with upper body, and I think Papalizio is finding that out in a hurry.
7-1 as Julian Culver, tremendously strong, has been able to score 7 points early on Papalizio. Papalizio up 7-2. I tell you, if Papalizio can come back from this, he deserves a lot of credit because he was dazed, and he's doing it. Culver doing the same thing.
See there,
but that ought to give him a little pause for thought as Julian Culver got in trouble the third time he tried it. He's worked it twice.
Yeah,
Papalizio, it's not his first time downtown.
Definitely got his attention there. So this isn't, like I mentioned, far from over. It's only the first period too, Dale.
Yeah, a lot's happened in a minute and 45 seconds as we wind down in this first period. They go out of bounds right in front of us. John Janiak, Dale Drypulcher here to bring you all the excitement. And this has been an exciting States. Sometimes they can get a little bit tedious. This has been great action. And that's going to end the first period. So Papalizio looks a little better now. His eyes look a little clearer.
He's got a little color in his face, and he kind of blanked out when he hit the mat earlier.
Yeah. Ooh. Tough kid, 177 pounds on Niskayuna. Schenectady area, section 2, same section that John Cardi was from.
That's right.
Right away.
Another tough competitor. Nice switch there. I think he's going to get the 2 points.
2. He fights back. 7-4.
That changes the complex of this game right now. But then Culver with his switch.
Re-switch. 9. Let's see what it is. 9-4.
I don't know why they stopped that, except the official guy thought it was going to be another slam or something, or close to it.
Dangerous. Whatever. He didn't give that signal. So Culver out of Freeport High School is 27-0. Is up by 5 over Pat Papalizio. Another one you can think anything can happen here.
That's right. I mean, you have that feeling, especially after that first throw. And both guys are good upper body. We've seen Culver better as of 2 out of 3 anyways, but Papalizio hit that headlock. And now, look out. You got at least 4 here, maybe 5, and the pin. What a comeback, Dale. Papalizio took his coaches down to the mat.
He comes back from being just flat back, and a disconsolate Julian Culver's got to be upset. But watch what happens, John.
Check this out. He's going to set him up with this. Culver in there, and he just elevates him to his back with the over and under hook. He's sitting pretty right now. There's the back points, but he's got it tight, and followed shortly by the slap of the mat, and it's over.
Magnificent.
Great match.
Magnificent. Pat Papalizio coming back from being flat back, dazed, and just beat a very, very tough Julian Culver from Section 8. Tremendous bout. Papalizio just not doing well.
Well, he's shaking up right now, Dale. I think he's a little bit hurt.
They're going to get the doctor over there.
Doc Les Austin's coming over to take a look at him, and Papalizio looks dazed. He's falling down a little bit. Going to show this one more time, Dale.
Watch,
he's got the under over.
He hopped 3 times and then just got the momentum going. All right, we move on to 215 pounds. You see the end of that 177-pound bout between Papalizio and Culver. Kazavinsky from Union Endicott, Section 4 against Moreland Greenwood. This is the one they've been talking about. Greenwood is going to play football for Syracuse out of Section 8. Kazavinsky is going to Harvard. So you got 2 different guys in football who have made their mark. One's going to Harvard, one's going to Syracuse. And now they're going at it on the mat. And this was the one everybody talked about. Isaiah Kazavinsky from Union Endicott. Moreland Greenwood from Section 8. Freeport High School, same place Culver's from. They might have had a heck of a football team with those two guys.
Oh, are you kidding? Sure.
Culver with tremendous strength. Greenwood with good speed. Looks to be a linebacker for Syracuse University. No score yet. Just underway. Both guys undefeated. Kazavinsky 33-0. Greenwood 31-0. Kazavinsky's got a 96 average. So hard to outthink him, I think.
Now you got to outperform him.
Yep.
And that might be tough right now. He's not giving anything for Greenwood to work with. And they're both big, strong kids. I mean, there's just Greenwood half-heartedly tried to throw a little hip toss, but he's lucky he fell out of bounds.
So a lot of excitement here at the States. Sometimes by 2:15, people are saying, well, you know, this won't be too good. Two guys we really don't know much about, but these guys both undefeated, both great athletes. And Greenwood scores first.
Well, not yet. The official's waving off, but he's going to get it now. He's got it now. If they go out of bounds, it has to be a 2-point because Greenwood, oh, I take that back. He just lost a little bit of control.
Greenwood's trying to bring him back in. But Kazavinsky's got a hold of his arm, and he's just going to hold on here. He's got 12 seconds.
Well, he's shaking him loose. He's trying to get that 2 points. I think he's going to give it to him now. He's got to give it to him out of bounds.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's not going to give him any points. No points.
Wow, that was very close.
And you can see the fans don't like it. Jim Wild is our official with Pat Collette, but he didn't give him the points.
See, right there's no control, and I agree with you.
Yep.
But when he shakes it free right there, it looks to me, from this angle, that he has control, but I can't see if he's got the bottom leg wrapped up too.
When he had his hand before, it was obvious that he couldn't pull out. He had control of him. So,
but Jim Wild was right there. He was closer than we were. Maybe he didn't have the control. It looked like
Greenwood up early, and Kazavinsky takes him to the mat. This is going to be a good bout.
Yeah, after the last two we've had, this is it's right up there with it. Man, this is great wrestling.
One point scored. An escape.
Green went in on a single. Just couldn't get in close enough.
What do we? Officials stopped that.
Not quite sure what happened there.
Kazavinsky, undefeated, headed to Harvard. Working on Moreland Greenwood, undefeated, headed to Syracuse. Both guys going to play football. One minute left, second period, I should say. 1-0 the score. Greenwood ahead.
Greenwood, a nice shot there if he can follow up on it, but as we saw earlier.
Same position he was in. He gets it that time. That makes it 3 now, so Greenwood up with the takedown. Well, I don't know if he let him up. He kind of gave him an easy escape, so it's 3-1. I think Greenwood feels more comfortable back on his feet. We haven't gotten an update on the sectional point totals, so we don't know who's winning this. The state divided into different sections, and then at the end, they'll decide who wins based on all these finals and the wrestlebacks. And they're down to 1 second. No time left. That'll do it. Second period. We go into the third with a 3-1 lead. Greenwood on top by an escape and a takedown.
Greenwood is going to get back up on his feet where he seems to be more comfortable here.
1 point escape, so it's now 3-2. finger in the eye.
Had a few of those tonight.
Boy, both of these guys, well-built guys, 215 pounds. You're looking at Isaiah Kazavensky. He took a little shot in the eye.
Let's see if we can see the camera here.
Yeah, you just see right there, you can see him. Yep. Give me a second here. I got a finger in my eye. By the way, Papalizio still over to our right, kind of being checked very, very carefully.
He looks as dazed as he did when he got hit with the 5-pointer, Dale.
Yeah.
I think he might have wrestled that match unconscious.
I don't know.
Which was a super effort, boy.
Now, Greenwood up by 1. A little bit of a sprint around the outside of the mat.
You get 2 football players taking to the field here. It's Greenwood shot in early, and Kazavinsky took off, tried to get away, and he did. No points.
Both guys all-state football players. Said,
and they both shot at the same time. It looked like 2 Rams button head.
Oh, Greenwood, look.
Goes for the tackle, but he just couldn't get underneath him enough.
You can tell he's going to be a linebacker. They went out of bounds. Watch.
He started from the middle of the mat, Dale, to the out of bounds.
Good speed. They slid. He looked like he had Kazavinsky, but Kazavinsky kept going. So Kazavinsky's only down by 1. 55 seconds left.
Those guys getting a little bit tired now. No one seems wants to shoot in. They're touching the legs, but not with much control.
Well, pushing a lot of big, strong guy around, no matter who you're talking about there. 3-2. It's a 1-point lead. 30 seconds left in this bout. Kazavinsky's going to have to shoot. Oh, he waits for a mistake.
I don't know if he has to shoot because he just kind of lucked out there. Greenwood fell to the mat, but he doesn't seem to have the points as of yet. He does. They're going to get Nolan. I'll tell you, Jim Wild is consistent, and he does not give those points on the out of bounds.
Kazavinsky's hurt.
Well, I think he took a heel to a tender section.
Yeah, he got hurt there. Let's see what happens.
Yep. See right here, he's got that single down. He's driving too. Both these guys are using their legs good. They're driving. He's trying to scoop. They're going to go to the out of bounds. And it looks to me that Greenwood gives up and goes out of bounds for the takedown.
But he's still rolling.
He's still rolling.
He had to try to grab him.
You see Jim Weld right there saying, no, 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 you're out of bounds.
And I see what happens. They go out of bounds. Now he doesn't have control, and then he leaps. And now watch what Greenwood. See, he still didn't. He was trying to grab him. It looked like that was probably a good call. So it's trying to see exactly how much time is left. One of the people attending, Papalizio, is in the way. I can't tell you how much time there is left, but there cannot be much.
Well, the towel boys out here indicating there's probably less than, or right around 11 seconds. I do see a 1 on the clock. And it is 11. It's down to 10.
Kazavinsky shoots. Greenwood fights him off. Nothing.
Whoa.
It looked like Kazavinsky had his toes in. That's going to be the... Is that time off? I can't see if there's any time left. I get that. That does it. So Isaiah Kazavinsky loses to Moreland Greenwood. 3-2. So Greenwood gets out of it at the end. State champ, 215 pounds from Freeport High School, Section 8, Moreland Greenwood. A lot of excitement.
A lot of close calls. Could have went either way, but good effort.
But we move on. 250 pounds. Thomas Marrero from Section 11 from Wyandanch High School. a junior, 12-0 against Kevin Shippos. There's Marrero. Shippos out of Baldwin High School in Section 8.
His opponent in Section 8. Junior.
Both guys are juniors.
Wolf, New York, 31 record this year. 27 pins.
So Section 8. Kevin Shippos. He's 30-1. Marrero only 12-0. Obviously, they don't get a chance to wrestle 250 all that much. Shippos 30-1, more experienced.
Some of the lighter weights had more matches before Christmas.
Yeah, you're right.
He's had all season.
Cleaning up the mat a little bit on the other side of it, so it'll take a couple seconds.
Yeah, there was some big sweaty bodies on the other side of the mat.
Shippos 92-7 overall. Wants to go to Notre Dame. Right now, we'll see what he does against Thomas Marrero from Section 11, Wyandanch High School. Both guys do a little upper body.
Yeah, Shippos had a nice move going, but boy, powerful. Marrero just
Marrero's like a little tank, isn't he? I didn't say little. I mean, short tank.
Little for a tank, but
yeah, right.
Big kid.
Little for a tank, but big for a 250-pound high school kid. .112 left first period. Shippos looks like he's trying to set him up a little bit with a little jab to the head and then duck under, but I don't know. Marrero, not only is he strong, he also looks to be deceptively quick.
Yeah, I think duck under, you better be careful. You better duck way out to the outside.
Yeah, you better be. Shippos trying to get around behind. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to take him head on. Get to the side, some trips, maybe a shrug. There you go. Get to the outside, but it's going to be tough getting underneath them.
Marrero, look at that strength. It's like grabbing onto a fire hydrant. That leg.
He has the strength, and he's just great balance too. He's low to the ground.
Shippos thought he had him. Inadvertent smack to the face. Shippos couldn't get around behind him or on the side fast enough. Watch it. Check it out. Shippos, he's trying to get. Missed it, and then he wisely, however, reverse rolled so he didn't. He could face him and not have to worry about Marrero coming back to him.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay out from underneath him. That's going to get him a little bit of trouble, I think. Outside, a single to the outside would have been nice, but don't try to change up to a double. You're just looking for trouble.
Shippos does not look like a 250-pounder.
No, I don't think he's up to the max in that weight class, but a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Than Marrero, but not much.
Marrero doing a little bit of pushing here, and Marrero a little bit heavier, perhaps. He's got some big legs, doesn't he? Marrero.
Sure does. Yeah, that's another thing. You got to be tough to hit those for a single.
Yeah, right.
Hitting a little oak tree, you know.
Because it's like, really, it's like two of somebody else's legs, you know. So you better be prepared.
Let's see, what else can he throw at him?
Well, he can wait till they get on their in the referee's position.
And I think this period's going to end like that too. These guys aren't going to. Well, I could be wrong, but
getting a good look at two big guys
the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans.
It's right here, locked up, and this is a traditional 250 bout right there. You have the over and under, and a little bit of pushing and groaning, and
he tried to kind of duck under and get that single.
I'm near out of bounds. I'm not going to get in trouble. I look like I'm shooting.
Checking Marrero's mouth there.
Yeah,
perhaps
he's bleeding or something. Again, with all the head butts and shoulder butts these heavyweights do, you're surprised they're not cut up even more. It's just cuts all over the place.
The officials, by the way, Giagos and Hickson. Giagos, the head official. I have to apologize if I don't pronounce that right. We didn't get a pronunciation on that. That's what it looks like. David Hickson. There's Papalizio, and he's still he's still over there being worked on. He got an ice bag on his neck, but we're back here to 250 pounds, and that's going to end that first period, and we're going to go to the second period, and this is where it's going to get a little more heated as Marrero is going to take top. Oh, no, he deferred.
Quick first move. Shippos, but he doesn't have that hand control. We're going to do it all over again.
Marrero looks like he knows what guys are going to do. You know, in other words, there's only so much you can do against me. I'm big and I'm strong, and I'm just going to wait for the move and try to counter it.
That's right. Most of the big guys, I mean, they have a switch, yeah, but most of them are going to stand up and then just try to turn their hips, get the one.
He can only do that so many times, too.
And the mat is a lot smaller for these big guys, you know? Yeah. Two steps and they're out of bounds.
Well, Marrero pushed him out of bounds, and that's exactly what he's trying to, you know, Shippos going to say, look, I'm going to get you. You're going to get nailed for stalling here if you keep that up. He's going to keep standing up. Now Shippos tries to switch. Now reaches behind. Marrero drives him to the mat.
Nice move.
Yeah, Marrero throws a half. It's amazing Marrero's only had 12 bouts. I mean, obviously a lot of practice time, but still in all. That's what they have down, 12-0. 8 pins, that doesn't surprise me. Shippos tries to turn in. Can he get away? Can he get his leg out? Yes, he does. That'll be one right there. That'll be a one. Yeah, he gets the one. Yeah. So Shippos scores an escape. And you see Shippos going to get his leg out and then turns in, and there you go. Right there, he gets the point. Back to live action. Shippos up by 1. Shippos from Baldwin High School, Section 8, Nassau County. Still standing in front of the time clock. We can't tell exactly how much time is left. They're, I think, going to take Mr. Papalizio.
Yeah, that's it. They have the stretcher.
Yeah, short ride to get him checked out, so we can't see the time. But we are in the second period, and there's less than a minute. That's all I can tell you. But I can tell you that Shippos is up by 1, and that Thomas Marrero is very, very tough.
Those are the things we do know.
Yes. We do know that.
It's like 45 seconds.
Yep. I just got a glimpse. 40 seconds now, 39, 38, and they're going to. Both of them are going to be warned for stalling, and that was.
That's a
that was due.
Call too.
Yeah, that was due. So Shippos up by 1. Both guys been warned for stalling. That's going to make them have to work a little bit harder here in this second period. About 25 seconds left in the second period. Oh, Shippos goes downstairs.
And I think he surprised Marrero too.
Yeah. If you got to do that quickly, because if he starts getting those tree trunks of legs back, you're not going to be able to hold him. But he had them locked, and he got there before Marrero could react. But you can only do that so often too. There's a little head control. There he goes downstairs.
Nice single leg.
Well, you got to drive hard on that. Oh, that's not going to go for anything as they hit it just as they go out of bounds, and the clock expired, so we're back to third period now.
Good quick move by Shippo here. He shoots in single leg. Now he tries to come to the other side. Marrero, now the time's running out, so it's moot point, but good takedown attempts by Shippo here in the second period, end of the second.
Shippo's bleeding a little bit, so he's going to take a second.
Yeah.
Papalizio, they're checking his blood pressure. They don't want to take any chances, obviously. Nope. He took an awful shot, and
it's amazing that he came back.
I said that. I was amazed. I looked at his eyes and said, "No way!" And then back he came, and he won in perhaps one of the most surprising moves. He bounced on that leg 2 or 3 times, and then man, did he put Culver down for a pin. But we're back here, 250 pounds. Kevin Shippos on top by 1. And Marrero sit out, turn in. Going to give him the 1. 1 up.
Looks like somebody gave these guys a little bit of
talking to him, a little bit of adrenaline, huh?
In the corner.
Got about 35 seconds left. All tied up, 1-1. We could have our what?
Actually,
third?
minute 30.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just
blacked out again.
Yeah.
But you might be right for the third.
Third overtime, third sudden death. Out of bounds. Still 1-1. Just over a minute or so left. Minute 9. Thomas Marrero. Both guys kind of working hard. Both guys have been warned for stalling. If this doesn't change, somebody's going to get hit with a point or hit both of them with a point.
And at this point, I think it's going to be both. If you would have talked to me at the end of the second, it'd probably be Marrero because of Shippo's 2 nice shots that got no points.
Right, you're right. Yeah, he did shot hard.
And maybe the official will think about that too if they call a stalling.
Yeah, guy's got his hands.
He has both hands
ready to go, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's unclinched him for a second.
Giagos. I'll apologize to him for the pronunciation of his name. But he was ready. Looked like he was ready to go. 35 seconds left in this bout. Could go to sudden death. Both guys pushing. We're down to about 27. Uh-oh. Marrero going for an arm bar. Shippo's holding on.
Well, Shippo's was in there tight, and Marrero's just too big for him, Dale. If he can fight this off. Oh, they're out of bounds, I'll tell you. It was very close, but good call by the official.
Just a couple seconds left. About 8, 7, 6. No points.
No points. Good call again by the official.
That's going to OT. That's going to sudden death. So, a 2-minute period. Shippo's bleeding again. 2-minute period where the first guy who scores will win, and that includes a stalling point. So they can't give 2 stalling points, can they? That wouldn't make any sense.
No, that's right.
We're going to get a look at the end of the period there, John. And you can see that Marrero countered and looked like he might get some points.
Yeah, Shippo's tried a Syracuse move with like a roll underneath with the arm bar, but he just couldn't get it. That says it all right there. He's not too happy with the call.
No.
But you have to have control, and there's 2 times that were very close. The official made the right call.
Very consistent. So we've had some excellent action, and it's gone all the way through all these weight classes, 14 of them, up to 250 pounds. We're back, and this is the sudden death. Anybody who scores, now they've both been warned for stalling, so they have to be very careful because that will disqualify you or make you lose, give you sudden death.
And Marrero knows that. He's just pushing. He's locking in. Shippo's nice shot. Again, taking a gamble being underneath because Marrero is fast, too. You see that?
He is.
Shippo's.
Looked like he gave up there for a minute. He fought him off.
That would have been an awful way to lose the state championship, but you got to be careful.
Oh, yeah, Shippo's looked like, oh, geez, I blew it, and then he recovered and was able to continue to get out, and he really did not give up the point, but it was very close. Yep.
They're both trying. Okay, now Marrero's going behind. Shippo falls on his back.
Yeah.
And lucky for him, had the sense to come up to his knees.
Yeah.
And a good base.
They're working to stop the bleeding on Kevin Shippos, Section 8. Thomas Marrero. This has been a great bout. It could go either way. We are in sudden death. 125 left. Tape guys are probably pleased. They could run out of tape here. This has been a long evening. This is our third sudden death bout.
Well, you can hear some of the calls for stalling from the fans.
Yeah. No, both up. That wasn't even close.
Third time's not a charm.
That one wasn't even close.
You still have to have control.
Now he's going right after Shippos. He hope he get a stalling call.
Well, he's going to get. It's going to be very close. He does
Gets
get
it
the
right there.
call.
He wins. That's it. So Thomas Marrero from Wyandanch High School in Section 11 is going to be the 250-pound state champ. In sudden death, he was able to get a takedown on Kevin Shippos, and that's going to do it.
1996.
You're going to look at it right there, and there's the points being awarded. So Thomas Marrero, state champ, 250 pounds. Section 11, Wyandanch High School. And we'll be right back with a wrap-up right after this.
Try to keep things clean.
Why?
Because I said so.
When you fill up with Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline,
Don't bounce the ball off the
you
ceiling.
put years of detergent know-how into your engine.
I just washed the window. Keep your fingers off the glass. This thing looks worse than your room does.
So we can help you clean the inside of your engine as you drive and keep vital parts free from dirt and deposits. Of course, keeping the inside of your car clean, well, we'll have to leave that up to you. Mobile, how can we help you?
Not all of life's important lessons are learned in the classroom setting. Athletics offer unique experiences for tomorrow's leaders. Students excel when they participate in interscholastic athletics, learning cooperation, respect, fair play, and hard work. To continue these vital athletic programs in your school, the National Federation and the New York State Public High School Athletic Association needs your support. Find out how you can help. Contact your local high school principal.
We're back at the Onondaga County War Memorial. Dale Drypolcher along with John Janiak, and it's all over but the shouting, as they say. Some interesting things to look at, however. Still, we've got the team standings, and we're going to give you some idea of what's happened here at the War Memorial. In sixth place, Section 2 had 134.5 points. In fifth place, Section 8 with 144 points. Section 5 with 152.5. Then Section 11 with 155.5. Up to Section 4, 180, and very, very close. But for the first time since 1978, first place, the section winner, Section 3, the host section, 181.5 points. And, John, the most interesting thing is they only had one champion, yet they won the whole thing. How does that happen?
That's right, Dale. People didn't put Section 3 in the top 5. They had one champion, but it's a team event as well. Everybody has to place. All but one wrestler out of 14 placed, and they placed well enough, 1.5 points to win the sectional championships.
So Central New York wins, and they've also announced the most outstanding wrestler, and this is really interesting. The winner is Pat Papalizio, 177 pounds, and he was kind of favored coming in, but look what happened to him against Julian Culver from Freeport. He was slammed to the mat, and for all intents and purposes, out on his feet after he got 5 points down. Culver gets off him. He did not move, and I thought he was done. John, he came back, did a tremendous job, One pinned his man in about 5 seconds left to go in the bout. Amazing.
That's right, Dale. He deserved OW. Great comeback, great kid, tough wrestler.
One of the things that's most interesting is they've now taken him to the hospital to check him out. So it's been great action here. Section 3 wins, and we're about done here at the War Memorial. We'll see you here next year. For John Janiak, this is Dale Dreipolcher saying so long from Syracuse.